Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Jobs Plus Virtual Job Fair. Today, we will be hearing from 15 employers hiring for various positions across multiple industries. Each employer will speak for 15 minutes to give you some information about their company and will highlight the job openings they currently have. If you have questions at any time, please type them into the chat and we will address them during the Q&A session that will be taking place after all the companies have presented. Today's session is being recorded and will be made available in the employer booths for you to refer to later. I would like to now introduce Cynthia Lehman to give a few introductory remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you find a good opportunity. And I just wanted to share with you that in the event that you don't find something here today, we are having a drive-through job fair at Gateway Convention Center in Collinsville. That will be tomorrow. Some of the same employers that are participating today will also be at that drive-through job fair. It is from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Gateway Convention Center in Collinsville in the back parking lot. Also, I would encourage you, if you haven't found the right opportunity, to take advantage of services through the Southwestern Illinois workNet centers, also called the Career Centers. There is an office in Belleville. There is an office in Carlisle, Waterloo, Chester, Nashville, Illinois. There's also offices in Wood River. And then we do have partners on the Missouri side of the river as well. So please take advantage of any of those career centers. They are free to you because it's paid for through our tax dollars. So basically you've already prepaid. So good luck, and hope everybody has a great day.
Hi there, Ashley. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Absolutely. If you want to go ahead and begin your presentation, by all means.
Okay, are you still going to be pulling it up, or do I need to?
Can you see that?
I can see that.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. It's not at the beginning of our presentation, though. Sorry.
Okay. My apologies for that.
That is okay.
Is that better?
All right. That is perfect.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ashley, and I am from Hospital Sisters Health System, better known as HSHS. My colleague Adriana is also on the line, so we'll both be available for any questions. But we will go ahead and get into talking a little bit about HSHS, our mission and core values, a little bit about our application system, and then how to apply and what positions we have open. So if you can go to the next slide, please. Perfect. So about HSHS, we have 15 hospitals located throughout Illinois and Wisconsin. Ones you might be familiar with is St. Elizabeth's and O'Fallon. We used to be in Belleville, but just a couple years ago built the new hospital in O'Fallon. We also have our medical group and Prairie Cardiovascular that make up our 200 plus clinics throughout Illinois and Wisconsin as well. We are a faith-based organization as well, and we've been serving in our communities for around 145 years. Next slide, please. So about HSHS, if you could just click one more time, a map will come up there. Perfect. So this gives you just a little bit more of a visual showing where we are located. So you can see that we are in the southern portion of Illinois, southern and central, and then eastern and western Wisconsin. So you can get a better idea of what communities we are located in there. Next slide. So our core values at HSHS, these are very important to us. These are things we look for when we're making hiring decisions, trying to find people that match our core values. So there are 4 of them. If I can get a couple of clicks, they will pop up on the screen. We have respect. Next one is care. Then we have competence, and the last one is joy. So like I said, these are just things we look for when making our hiring decisions, and they're a big thing you will hear about anytime you step into an HSHS facility. Next slide. So our mission, it's a simple mission to reveal and embody Christ's healing love for all people through our high quality Franciscan healthcare ministry. So same with our core values, this is something that we hold near and dear at HSHS, and try to find people that will hold our mission and values near to them, and will show them when they're in the workplace. Next slide, please. Okay, so when it comes to our application process, we have a really great website to go to that makes it super easy to apply. So you can see our website there, careers.hshs.org. Something that is really nice about our career site is you can search for jobs in multiple ways. So you can search by our locations. So if there's a certain location you're looking for or interested in, you can click on that certain area and see all the positions open within that facility. Or you can search by job family. So if you're looking particular for a certain nursing job, you can click on nursing and see what we have throughout our whole entire system. So there's multiple ways to be able to search around and navigate our website. And then when it comes to applying for the first time, it's very quick and easy and user friendly. So you can see a job you want to apply for. There's a little apply now button. You click that and it's going to take you through just a couple steps of creating an account and getting your information. And like I said, it's quick, it's easy, very user friendly to go through and do that. And on the next slide, we'll talk a little bit more about this. So once you kind of get in and do the creating your account for the very first time, we have a returning applicant login. So it's very easy to go right back in there, sign in, and you don't have to enter all the information like you did the first time around. So after you create that account, it's even simpler to go in and apply for new positions that you see that come open. And you can upload a resume, and our system is very smart, and it will pull the information from your resume to autofill. You can also link a LinkedIn account if you have that, and again, the system will pull information, so it's less for you to have to type and add in. And just a couple tips that we have. It's best to apply on a computer, especially just your first time around, to make sure everything gets filled out and all the information is accurate. The system is mobile friendly though, so if you fill out the first time on a computer and then you go back on and check the website, you can definitely do that from a mobile device and log back in and go through that way. And when it comes to uploading a resume, we just recommend doing that in a PDF format that just syncs best with the system and makes everything easier. So those are some tips there. And next slide, please. Something that we have at HSHS that is really great is called our talent network. So even if you go on the website and you don't see a position right now that interests you, you can join our talent network. So we have a specific section on our website that you'll see our talent network, and you can hit join now. All you have to do is go in there, fill out a little bit of information. It will ask you what positions you are most interested in. So if you have an area that you're interested in. You click those, and then once those new jobs come up and are posted, you will get an email, an alert sent to you that says, hey, new jobs are up. So you can kind of be the first to know about that, and that way you don't have to be going back and checking our website constantly. So our talent networks are a great resource to use, and we highly encourage people to use those. And then another way too will keep you connected is, say you do find a position, you go through, you apply and you interview, but you don't get that offer letter, but you work with a recruiter and we still think you'd be a great fit for HSHS, maybe just not in that role, or you're looking for different hours or something along those lines. Our recruiters work to put people in what we call pipelines, which is basically just a way on HSHS's side of the system that we can keep people in track and in line, because we can keep you that way. If we see new positions and things that open up and we remember that you interviewed and you would be a better fit for that position, we have you right there and can get in contact and work out and explain to you the position that's open that we think you'd be a good fit for, and hopefully get you into HSHS that way. So next slide. All right, and then benefits. HSHS has a lot of very great benefits, and on our career site, you can actually go, there's a benefits tab, and you can find out basically everything about our benefits out there. We have the all out there, from everything from pricing to details, for anybody to be able to go out and see. So I'm just going to highlight a few of our really cool benefits here. So one of the things when it comes to like our health, dental, and vision, it is a pick and choose plan. So you don't have to enroll in one in order to get the other. So I know that can be great for people who are want to stay on their spouse's health plan but need dental and something along those lines. So that's a great way to be able to pick and choose and have flexibility that way. A couple other programs we have that are really great is our Perk Spot discount program. So just for being an HSHS colleague, you're eligible to participate in this program. And HSHS has partnered with many companies to offer you discounts, things like hotel and travel, to discounted movie tickets, all kinds of things along those lines. It's a really cool perk that we have. And the last one I'll just touch on is our Live Well Wellness program. So with this, we give, it's a health and wellness program to try to live a healthier lifestyle for our colleagues. And through that, you can earn money back on your paycheck. So by participating in this, you could earn up to $25 per paycheck in cash that's paid out to you. And then if you have a spouse that's on our plan as well, they can participate. So you could potentially be earning up to $50 per paycheck just by participating in this program. So next slide. Just to talk a little bit about our current openings. So our openings are ever changing, and each week new openings get approved and get posted. So just because you don't see something one week doesn't mean that it won't be available next week. But a couple of positions that we usually always have some kind of opening for would be our housekeeping positions, and we refer to them as EVS, Environmental Associates. So those are the positions that are going through cleaning and turning patient rooms, and then cleaning and working through different areas of the hospital. Obviously nursing positions, we always have openings for those as well in many different units within the hospital. Registrar positions, those are those that work at the front desk and get patients checked in, even if they're coming in for anything as simple as blood work to a procedure. They deal with the registrar and getting them all checked in. Medical assistants, those primarily work at our medical group facilities. And then a great program that HSHS has as well is our RN residency program for new RN graduates. So we always have a cohort that we're working on filling. So the one that we're working on right now is our February of 2021 cohort. But again, we have new openings that are ever changing. So joining talent networks, or just keep checking the website, because those new positions get posted weekly. And next slide. So that is a little bit about Hospital Sisters Health System. I have listed here the contact information for myself and Adriana. We would love to get connected with anybody who wants to know a little bit more, or if you apply for a position and you heard about HSHS through this job fair today, we would love to have you reach out to us so we can kind of pass you along to our recruiters as well and let them know how we got connected with you. And this PowerPoint and all of our information will be over on our virtual booth, so you can find out more information there and get links to our career site from there as well. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Adriana. If anyone has any questions for Ashley, you can go ahead and enter those into the chat section. And then once we get to the end of the first block of presenters, we will have a brief Q&A session where those questions can be addressed. Next up, we will have Caritas Family Solutions, the main branch. And if you can just wait momentarily, Nikhil, I will get your PowerPoint presentation up on the screen and we can begin. Hi, Nikhil, are you ready to present?
I am. I believe my presentation is just a video. I will start by saying my name is Nikhil Love. I'm one of 3 HR business partners for Caritas Family Solutions. At Caritas Family Solutions, we're all about creating loving families and building stronger communities. We are a non-for-profit social service agency that works to meet the physical, social, and emotional needs of vulnerable people in Southern Illinois from before birth through the golden years. We believe our community is strengthened when every person in it has a loving home and it can create healthy relationships. If you were to start the presentation. All right, okay.
The meaning of Caritas is really a Latin phrase. Caritas, it has many different meanings, but it can mean love, it can mean charity, it means to hold others in high esteem.
There are a lot of things in our community that's happening that's still unseen. You know, we have children right now in our communities that are facing some very serious issues, whether it's abuse or neglect or not having enough food to eat or going to school and not feeling like they measure up. What I love about Caritas is we give an opportunity to shed light on a subject that often doesn't see light.
Caritas has a broad range of programs really across the continuum of life, but our largest program to start out with is foster care.
Foster care is a place where children can go and be safe and start to establish family roots, start to establish what it means to be a part of a healthy situation.
Being a child and being moved from home to home so much, it took a big part of my childhood away. It was always hard for me to watch my little brother go through it with me. And so I had always wanted to like help take care of him and just be there for him. Eventually, their foster mom couldn't care for them anymore. And so now that I'm old enough to do this and becoming licensed and becoming a foster parent to help them and maybe help other kids, it means a lot to me because I went through this. And so now that I'm able to adopt them and do this, it's been the best thing for our family.
Intact is an opportunity to work with a family prior to a foster care situation. Maybe something's been identified in the home where there's a challenge, authorities have been notified. Intact gives us the opportunity to intervene with that family before a child might be removed and placed in another setting.
We also have, for those children who have experienced more traumas, we have St. John Bosco Children's Center. It's a residential treatment center for the children who have sort of a deeper level of trauma.
These are children whose families have been torn apart, or they've lost their parents, or they have such severe trauma in their history and in their young lives that living in the community is not currently possible. They either lack skill or resources that are needed to be safe in the community. So they come to us for treatment.
A lot of our kids come from, because of the trauma, broken homes, and they don't know what it's like to be a member of a community. Our staff are trained to treat our kids and take care of our kids like their own. Show them what a loving home environment looks like, a safe environment.
Because every person that we impacts us in return. There's a sense of belief in the dignity and worth of people here that you seldom get to experience.
We also have Fontabella Maternity Center, which is a home setting that provides services to women who are pregnant and homeless.
Every day, we get calls every day. Homeless girls, homeless women, 16, 17, 18.
A lot of times with women, when they come to us, they have very, very broken past. A lot of them have experienced extreme trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma, psychological trauma, mental trauma. A lot of them are estranged from families, so they have no support at all.
Because that person is in the place of some pretty great potential because they're open to more possibility because of that state that they're in. And that potential at that point in time is absolutely life-changing.
Counseling is such a key element to all of the other services that we provide, because without counseling, how do you deal with the traumas of informed care where you've come out of a situation as a child and you need that support to try to make sense of what's happening?
We have to provide a very safe space for these children, because if they don't feel safe, if they don't feel heard, they're not going to open up and share anything. So sometimes it's just our presence being a very strong, loving, kind, open presence in the room where they feel safe, allows them to begin to open up and process the trauma that they've gone through.
Counseling is so important because it is the one thing that can impact a family or individual in real time, in the moment, in their crisis.
Before I worked at Caritas, I was doing private practice with adults, and I would see primarily adults that have been traumatized as children. And here they were in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, still carrying all this pain of childhood with them that was affecting every part of their life. If we can start working with these kids when they're in elementary school, middle school, and we can get them healed at that time, by the time they reach adulthood, they're going to be very successful, they're going to be stable, they're going to have healthy relationships, and that in turn produces a healthy society for all of us.
I joined SCSEP back in 2017. And when I joined, I didn't know much about it at the time. It was supposed to be like AARP. It's a training program.
The design of the program is to help people get training. If they've been out of the program 55 years of age or older, for any length of time if they've been out of the workforce. The program's designed to help them get the skills necessary to be able to get back into the workforce. You got to change your mindset. Instead of thinking, well, because I'm older, they're not going to want me, I have all this trepidation before you go in. We work on that internally.
At my age, I never would imagine this is what I would be doing. It's like being able to start all over again.
You see their whole demeanor change. And that is what I get out of this, is that you're going about the process of helping people change their lives and their situations.
So CILA stands for Community Integrated Living Arrangements. So it basically provides a home-like environment for people with a developmental disability and much less of a facility type feel in a house in an actual community.
I've been having a hard time since I lost my mom. My mom was sick with cancer and I lost her. So all I have is my brother. But I like living there. I want to keep my room for good.
A lot of times we look at people's handicaps instead of looking at the people. And that's, when they typically have a harder time actually achieving the things that they could be able to achieve. One of the things that this has taught me is just the tremendous amount of potential in people and just kind of looking at people in a different way.
Fox River opened their doors in 2001, and we are a social model. So they were created for affordable living. So people only on moderate to low income can live here, and they get to keep more of their money and their assets.
This place is a godsend. I feel safe for openers. This is the best place anybody could come to. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful.
We also have private adoption through Caritas, adoptive parents looking to adopt a child, and women who find themselves in unplanned pregnancy.
A lot of families that we work with struggle with infertility, and so they've had years and years of, struggles and heartbreak. And so when they're able to hold and rock and feed, and it's pretty amazing to see that.
Well, we had infertility issues, and we just went down several roads, and we felt like God was just calling us to do this. I mean, we hit a wall with IVF. We just didn't feel like that was right for us, and we really just pursued adoption, and I truly believe that's what we were meant to do. Well, really why I find it so important to support an agency like Caritas is it's just a huge need in our society right now. There's so many children that just need homes and need love and need care, and I just think it's really important to support. Obviously, it's close to my heart, but I don't feel like we can do enough.
The greater community needs to know that Caritas, what we do, is not separate from the greater community, that we are part of the greater community, whether that's our workforce, whether that's our clients we work with, really in any of our programs, because all of our clients are part of the community. And that belief that somebody can learn and grow or change. As an agency, I believe we strongly believe that, and we show that in the way we work with our families.
I sit here today as an example of what an investment in somebody else's life can be. And I can't think of anything better to invest in life. We can buy houses, we can buy cars, we can, go on wonderful vacations. But to look down the street and see houses full of children or young adults or people who have overcome some very traumatic things in life and yet are successful in contributing, I think that's a healthy investment in our community and one that's worth being made.
It's not always poverty. People have addictions, people have mental health issues, no matter what their economic status, things happen. And things happen in a way that we don't always have control over, but the community at large, Caritas, Family Solutions in particular, can be there to help those families, those individuals, those people to have a better life. And that's why we're here. That's why we exist.
That video just goes over all of our programs that we have: pregnancy and care, Fontebella Maternity Home, St. John Bosco Children's Center, foster care, counseling service, adoption services, senior community service employment program, community integrated living, Fox River assisted living apartments. And this is a small recruitment video. It's very short.
Hi, Nikita. We'll probably go ahead and go to the next slide if that's okay.
That's okay. So if you are interested in applying for any open positions here at Caritas Family Solutions, you should go online to caritasfamilysolutions.org, hit the Join Our Teams tab, and go ahead and apply for a position. We ask that all of your resumes are uploaded in PDF form, and please be prepared to answer the phone when contacted. Thank you so much for all of your support. Attached is our mission and vision. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. If anyone has any questions for Nikhil regarding Caritas Family Solutions, they can go ahead and type those questions into the chat section. We'll go ahead and get those answered for you during our brief Q&A session after the first presentation block. Next up, we have Baron with Dairy Queen. So Baron, just bear with me for a moment here. I'll get your PowerPoint up and we can begin.
All good. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Can you see that, Baron?
Yeah, I sure can. Did we skip ahead? Oh, there we go. Cool. All right. So good morning, everybody. Like Daniel said, my name is Baron Rana. I'm the Director of Operations for several Dairy Queen locations here in the Metro East as well as in Missouri. And yeah, just here to talk a little bit about our organization, what we're about, and you know, hopefully we can help each other out today. So real quick, you know, our mission statement is to create positive memories for all who touch DQ. Our vision is to see DQ as the world's favorite quick service restaurant. To, you know, be able to see those mission statements and visions through, you know, we have our values listed below: uphold integrity, foster teamwork, deliver service, promote growth, appreciate heritage, embrace change, and support the community. So as you guys know, I would hope that everybody here may have been to a Dairy Queen sometime within their lives. You know, Dairy Queen is an interesting brand because each one that you go to, it can be different. You know, you have the old walk-ups that just serve the ice cream. But nowadays, what you see, especially here in the Metro East, are grill and chills. So, you know, you see we have the blizzards, we got burgers, chicken strips, all that good stuff. So, you know, that's great. But, you know, just to take a look at, you know, a couple other things, you know, what are we doing to help out? You know, we try to give back to the community, whether it's, you know, sponsoring, you know, baseball teams or hosting fundraisers within the community. Also, you know, we are avid supporters of Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis. You see a picture right there. That's Evie. She is the a Children's Miracle Network kid and her older brother Gavin. We actually hosted them on Miracle Treat Day last year. It was a blast having them there, and yeah, it was just fantastic. And you know, I'm proud to say that our organization raised over $100,000 for Children's Miracle Network last year. By far one of the largest amounts within the entire country. So if you would happen to join us, you know, that would be something that you would be getting into. So proud to say that. That's actually how I actually came to the St. Louis area myself. I had open heart surgery when I was 6 months old. So glad to see that. Me personally, I'm with a brand that supports that. So, you know, we do have a few openings. Apologies for the humongous block of text. We can always, like I said, they will upload this so we can go back and review it later. But, you know, general manager, that you're basically the captain of the ship. So you'll be reporting directly to me. And yeah, I mean, long story short, you're responsible for all of the operations within the restaurant. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much specifics, you know, just for time, and I don't want to bore you guys to death. So, general manager, you can go ahead and move on. Also hiring for assist. Oh. One more. Now go back to. There we go. Okay, so also hiring for assistant managers. So they'd be reporting directly to what's up? The general manager. And somebody saying something? Nope, I guess it's just me. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, they would be reporting directly to the general manager, helping them out with whatever they needed, and you know, just pushing operations in the store to the highest ability. Next slide, please. And then also, we are also offering entry-level positions, kitchen crew members. I don't have it listed on here, but as well as service crew members. Basically, you know, you guys are the front lines. You know, you're making sure that everything's everything, you know, delivering great service, great product, service with a smile, all that good stuff. And, you know, like I said, this is an entry-level position. We do like to promote from within as well too, though. So, you know, me, myself, I started off as a crew member and I worked my way up to a director of operations. So that's definitely something that is possible. And yeah. So the application process, pretty simple. You know, so we have this link right here, recruiting.talentreef.com/dairy-queen. So as you see here in parentheses, these are our locations: Caseyville, Lebanon, Troy, and Waterloo. That's what we have on the Metro East over in Missouri. We also have Arnold and O'Fallon, Missouri. So, you know, we have, but I don't know if you guys would be willing to make that commute. So, but we do have those locations. So feel free to click that link and then go ahead and apply. Also, if you wanted to, you're more than welcome to send a resume directly to me at baronranadq@gmail.com. When doing so, you know, just put your name and resume in the subject header and attach it and give a little brief description about yourself, and I'll reach out to you.
Thank you, Baron. And if anyone has any questions for Baron or any questions related to employment with DQ, please feel free to type those questions into the chat. And once we get to the end of this employer block, we will have a brief Q&A session to get those questions answered. Next up, we will have Holly Gill from Tiger Plumbing. Holly, just give me a minute here to get your presentation up and we will begin. Are you there, Holly?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. So you can actually start off with our recruiting video if you don't mind. That's the link that I sent.
I actually don't have the video up. I believe there's a video on this PowerPoint presentation. Am I correct?
That's just not the one that I was going to use. I emailed you the link, but that's okay. We can move on.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about, well, I'm Holly. I work in talent acquisitions at Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. We are based out of Collinsville. We did just expand into the Springfield, Illinois area, so we now have 2 locations. So we'll go over today our company history, about us, growth, our customers, our team, benefits, some of the community involvement that we do, our job opportunities, and go on from there. You can go to the next slide. The next slide. Okay, so in 1993, we started as AAA ACE-Co Plumbing Company. June of 2001, we entered heating, air conditioning services as well as plumbing. So 2003, we changed the name to Tiger Plumbing Services. Both businesses are started by Air Force veteran Jeff Gamblin. He's active in the business today. We added electrical in 2015. So we do plumbing, HVAC, and electrical, and rebranded under the name Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. And you can go to the next one. We're a full service residential plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical company. We service the Metro East and Southwestern Illinois, such as Springfield. We offer services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on holidays. So, that's for our customers. So if something happens in the middle of the night and they need us out there, we want to be available for them. We were named one of the top workplaces in St. Louis and best places to work in Illinois for the past 5 years. Voted Reader's Choice for Best Plumbing Company, Heating and Cooling Company, and Electrician in the area by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch for 3 years in a row. And you can go on to the next. We were recently named North American Comfort Contractor of the Year. We have over 11,500 positive customer reviews. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. There we go. So about our growth, we've doubled our staff, customer base, and service calls over the past 4 years. We ran 17,000 service calls last year company-wide. And then with Springfield opening, we're actually on pace to do about 1,300 jobs in the Springfield area for 2020. And you can go on to the next. So we employ over 80 people on our team. New employees undergo background checks to assure clean criminal history. Our team members are drug screened prior to being hired and randomly tested throughout employment. You can go on to the next. So we've added a state-of-the-art training facility where new employees can attend Tiger Technical Training Academy. Basically what that is we can bring someone in with little to no experience in plumbing, HVAC, and electrical, and we train them ourselves. So we have hands-on training, terminology training, curriculum training, and this can take anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks or so, but we can provide that, and as well as continued training throughout their career here. You can go on to the next. So just a little bit about our values. We are ethical, honest, dependable, competent. We have integrity, capability of handling diversity, high quality of workmanship. You can go on to the next. Community involvement. So we do like to give back to the communities. We've donated over $30,000 to American Cancer Society Relay for Life through our Pink Truck program, which you've probably seen the pink trucks around as well as our orange trucks. You can go on to the next. So we installed the boiler system at Partners for Pets new shelter, and we do make cash donations there. We do participate in Walk to End Alzheimer's. We collected 100 toys for tots in the program in 2019. We do support and make donations to local Rotary clubs. You can go on to the next. So just some other community involvement that we do: job fairs, home shows, local parades, Chamber of Commerce events, and then we do a Touch a Truck event, which basically features our box trucks where the children can kind of explore the truck inside and out. So our job opportunities, we are looking for, well, we're always accepting applications and resumes. That being said, right now we're actually looking for our sales advisors. We are looking for plumbing, HVAC, and electrical, so that can be anywhere from entry level through skilled. Excavation crew, warehouse. We have our office staff, which is customer service and dispatchers. We have communications and marketing. We have an IT department. We are offering crawl space encapsulation, which is something newer in the HVAC division for us. You can go on to the next. So it's just some about our benefits. We have health insurance plans, medical, dental, vision, and that's available for dependents as well. Short-term and long-term disability, life insurance. We have a simple IRA where the company matches. Paid vacation, paid sick days, paid holidays. We have added a newly added paid day off for the employee's birthday, so you get to be off for your birthday and it's paid. Professional training and continuing education. You can go on to the next. So just a little bit more about what we do have to offer. The on-the-job paid training, that's our Tiger Training Academy, year-round work, use of a fully stocked company vehicle with the fuel supplied, opportunities for growth and advancement. Some of our sales advisors, they can make anywhere from 70,000 and up, I would say. So it gives you the ability to kind of maximize your income to the best of your ability. We do provide tablet, computer, phone, and use of company vehicles and fuel. You can go on to the next. So just a little bit about what we're looking for. We do want someone that is available to work occasional weekends or evenings, the ability to work independently, high level of motivation, positive attitude and pleasant demeanor, willingness to be trained. Technicians, they need to have a valid driver's license, clean driving record, clean cut, pass a drug test and background check, ability to troubleshoot, and ability to interact with the homeowners and offer maintenance plans and club memberships. And you can go on to the next. Oh, sorry. Can you go back one? That has the email on it. So what you can do is you can actually visit trusttiger.com there at the bottom, career opportunities. You can also email your resume to me directly. So, and that is my email. It's holly.gill@trusttiger.com. And then our general manager owner does meet with anyone that's coming in. He does a second round interview as well. So his name is Todd. So he's todd.kiefer@trusttiger.com. And then that is it.
All right. Thank you so much, Holly. Appreciate all the information. And if anyone has any questions for Holly, you can go ahead and enter those into the chat section and we will get those answered during our brief Q&A. So with the conclusion of Tiger Plumbing's presentation, we are actually at that brief Q&A session. So we will have 5 minutes to ask any employers and any questions that you might have. If you have any, please feel free to enter them into the chat section. If not, my colleague David Garvey will actually be asking just some standard questions to the employers that are here.
Thank you, Daniel. Good morning, everyone. This is David Garvey with SIU. Also in the chat, I have shared the employer booth pages of the presenters thus far, and will continue to do so throughout the entirety of the webinar. But for our first round of presenters, did want to ask this question for each of them. How long does your hiring process typically take from applying to being hired? And I guess we can start at the top with Adriana for HSHS.
Yeah, I can definitely answer that for you. As soon as you place an application, it's typically reviewed within 24 hours from our recruiters. And from there, it's basically as soon as you can get scheduled for a phone interview from there. And then after a phone interview, we do have you interview on site or virtually with the manager. So typically it's a 2-interview process. And after that, you would hear quickly back.
Great, thank you. Nikhil, could you speak to about how long the application and hiring process takes with Caritas?
Absolutely. Applications are reviewed the next business day within 24-hour period. So then the recruiter approves the application. It goes for manager review. The manager indicates whether they're interested in this person or not. Then they submit an email to the business partner where we'll reach out for a phone screening, or they may just elect to bring them in for a virtual interview right now since COVID is going on. And then we can hire within the next 10 days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Baron, could you, with Dairy Queen, how long does that hiring process take?
Yeah, definitely. So we do review applications every day. If selected, we'll call you up to set up that interview. Depending on how that goes, it goes from being hired on the spot to a callback, or typically for our management positions, we will have a second interview. And then if hired, then we'll go from there. So best case scenario, a couple days. Worst case scenario, I'd probably say about 10 days.
Great, thank you, Baron.
You're welcome.
Holly, with Tiger Plumbing, how long does that hiring process typically take?
So we do review the applications every day, kind of depending on the urgency of the position that they applied for. That's kind of dependent on how soon the first interview will be scheduled. But I can tell you, once the first interview is scheduled, we do a virtual for the first. The second round interview is the one where they're going to come in-house and meet with our general manager owner. If they are offered a position, what we'll do is run the pre-screening, which is the background check and the drug testing, and then schedule a start date. So this is typically, it can be done as soon as maybe about 3 days, between 3 and 5 days, I would say, before they're actually interviewed to start.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. And once again, if you do have any questions in the chat, please feel free to or share those questions in the chat, I should say. And I think for the purposes of time, looks like we're at that 5-minute mark with this Q&A session. So I do want to thank our first round of presenters from HSHS, Caritas, Dairy Queen, and Tiger Heating and Plumbing. For now, we will take a 5-minute break and resume at 10 a.m. with our next round of presenters. So this gives you an opportunity to get a drink of water, use the restroom, get up and stretch. But we will resume with our next batch of presenters in about 5 minutes.
Good morning, everyone. Looks like we are at the 10 o'clock hour, so we will continue on with the job fair. Next up, we will actually have Mary Mister with Scott Air Force Base HR. She will be presenting. Mary, are you there?
It's Rhonda David. I'm here.
Oh, excellent. Rhonda, if you give me just 1 second, I will put your presentation up on the screen and we can begin.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, can you see that, Rhonda?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. We can begin whenever you'd like.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Scott Air Force Base Support Squadron presentation. So we are a NAF, Non-Appropriated Fund Human Resource Office. So if you want a great job working with fun people, we hire people to work in service-related businesses that provide support to the military at Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. And so non-appropriated funds is funds generated by the military and civilian personnel in their dependents in our activities. They're for morale building, welfare, education, and recreational programs designed to improve the well-being of the military and civilian personnel and their family members at Scott Air Force Base. So Air Force Base, FSS, is the best. Support the total force, family, and excellence and professionalism. So here at Scott Air Force Base, we hire for hospitality and lodging, child care, marketing, accounting, food service, and our golf course, the library, recreation, labor, arts and crafts, bowling center, and auto hobby. So you can be hired as a regular full-time employee with guaranteed 40 hours with benefit, or a regular part-time. We offer guaranteed 20 to 40 hours with benefits. And there's our flex position. There are no guaranteed hours or benefits with that position. So our regular NAF employees, they may be eligible for the health insurance, the life insurance, the NAF retirement plan, the 401k plan. We also offer annual leave and sick leave. So how you apply, you would apply at usajobs.gov. You want to pinpoint specifically, definitely type in Scott Air Force Base, Illinois, so you can pinpoint specifically where the jobs are here located at Scott Air Force Base. And so our applicants have 4 categories that they are choose from. The first choices are military spouse preference. Our second choice is transition hiring preference. And the transition hiring preference is if you're coming from one base to another to transfer to work here from one Air Force base to another. And we also offer veterans preference and then all others thereafter. So in order to claim preference, you must upload your proper documents like military spouse preference. Please upload your sponsors, PCS orders to Scott Air Force Base, your transition or hiring preference cards for your THP, and for veterans, please upload your member for DD-214 preference. For all other previous government employees, please upload your SF-50 or your 2545 forms when you're applying for those positions, please. And all documents must be uploaded in USA Jobs during the application process before the closing date of the announcement. So when you're applying for those jobs on USA Jobs, it will allow you to upload those documents and name those documents as well, so that we can pull those and print those as we review your resumes. No documents will be accepted via email, fax, or in person. Everything is pretty much done in USA Staffing for hiring. and reasonable accommodations may be requested at any time during the application or hiring process by contacting our NAF HRO, Ms. Mary Mister. So we have jobs right now open. There's a cook, which performs a range of duties with simple cooking tasks that require little or no processing. There's our Child and Youth Program Assistant Program, accountable for safety. Whereabouts of children must be 18 years of age with a high school diploma. That's for they also help with the after school programs for the Child and Youth Program. There's our library, that we need library aides, shelves, library materials, and assist with customers' requests. There's recreation positions, prepares recreation areas for school, scheduled activities, issues, equipment. The labor position is simple housekeeping and maintenance of use common hand tools. Our guest services representative receives and confirms room reservations, registered guests, and accept payments. We're open for questions if you all have any questions you would like to ask at this moment.
We will actually have the participants direct their questions to the chat section, and we will have them answered for you, Rhonda, during the brief Q&A session at the end of the second presentation block.
Thank you. Thank you. So you can contact our NAF HR. So you can contact our, with any questions or concerns, you can contact our NAF HR Human Resource Office at 618-256-3831, or our email is 375fss.nafhro@us.af.mil. Our hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call or shoot us an email.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Rhonda. And again, if anyone has any questions for Rhonda, please feel free to enter those into the chat section, and we will get those answered for you during the brief Q&A at the end of this presentation block. Next up, we have Rosalie with Woods Basements. Rosalie, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. If you give me just 1 second, I will go ahead and put your presentation up on the screen, and we will begin shortly.
Great.
Okay, can you see that, Rosalie?
I can.
Excellent. We can begin whenever you're ready.
Great. Hi, everybody. I'm Rosalie. I'm the HR recruiter with Woods Basement Systems. We're located here in Collinsville. You can go ahead to the next slide, please. So Woods Basement Systems, essentially founded, we're celebrating 34 years this year, which is pretty incredible. We work in Illinois and Missouri. We do everything from basement waterproofing, basement finishing, crawl space repair, concrete leveling, foundation repair, so anything really, if your basement has any issues, that's what we're doing. And so our territory spans about halfway into Missouri, and then we go all the way up to Champaign. So we have a really large territory, roughly over 200 employees that work with us, and we travel everywhere. So some of the awards that we have won, we've got the Better Business Bureau's Torch Award for Marketplace Ethics 6 consecutive times. We've won the People's Choice Award for the 3rd year in a row, Best Workplace, and we are actually a top 10 dealer in our network. Our network consists of 430 dealers, and we've held top 10 since 2003. So what that means is that we're part of this really cool network of 430 other dealers that we all use the same products across the United States. And currently we're ranked top 3 in that entire network. And so it's a really, really cool position to be in. And we have a lot of really great resources with that network. So Rick and Anna Lee actually own the company. Their son and daughter, Wayne and Susan, are really the drivers of the company now. It's been family owned since the beginning. Their family's from Greenville. And so it's really, really cool to work for a business like that. We have had some really great success in the past couple years. I've been with the company for roughly 3 years, And since 2018, we've grown our business to almost double our employees. We've gone from essentially, we're pretty much on pace to have a 5th consecutive record-breaking growth with our sales and revenue goals. I'm trying to just make sure I don't forget anything whenever I'm talking. So with that being said, I've gone from about 15 crews of people to 30 crews. And so that means I've got more people calling in. I need more people to answer phones. I need more people in the trucks to actually go out and do the work. And so we are extremely busy right now, and nothing really has slowed us down, which is pretty incredible. So next slide, please. So with our current openings, I don't know if any of you have ever heard about Woods Basement Systems. Maybe you've seen our trucks around, but we have a lot of different positions, and they're always going to be updated on our employee website. But currently, we are looking for our production team very strongly because, like I said, we went from that 15 trucks to 31 trucks, and we're looking to expand even our service department. So right now, our installers are essentially the ones that are going out to the job sites, working with their hands, working with the tools, and they are actually going to train and learn on every single thing that we do here. There's absolutely no experience needed. We train on everything. And so what we actually do is when you come into the process, you are actually going to get with a seasoned foreman who has been here for several years, and you're going to be with some other installers as well. And they're going to kind of walk you through the process day by day, show you where everything is, show you around, and then you actually go and it's on-the-job training, which is pretty great. We work in all different weather conditions because we do basements as well as outdoor work. We are year-round. We don't do layoffs or anything like that. Your hours can be anywhere from 6 in the morning all the way until the job is completed, but we average about an 8 to 10 hour shift, and right now overtime is absolutely available. They do start at $13 an hour, but what we do is have an incremental raise process with all of our installers. So essentially, if you're able to be a driver with the company, or you've been just really knocking it out of the ballpark the first 6 months that you're there, we will have reviews throughout the first probably 30-day, 6-month, 30-day, 90-day, 6-month, and then annual review process. And at any steps, you might get an incremental raise. Now, if you are really doing well, then we may offer you a foreman in training after you've been on board for a while. And so that foreman in training starts at $15 an hour. And when we're able to put you out with a foreman to start showing leadership and developing you, you can actually start to lead your own crew of 2 to 3 people. At that point, if you can run your own truck, then our foremen start at $20 an hour, and they also get a pay-for-performance commission. And so you're able to actually go out and earn $20 at the very minimum on your jobs. So it's a really cool development process from an installer into a foreman, as well as our foremen, we hire them straight in as well. So or if you already have experience, then whenever we do the interview process, we'll be able to pick those people out. Now, all of our foremen do receive a Woods company vehicle, and then everything is included, all of the equipment. We have an entire inventory building and location. We have 2 locations in Collinsville, but the one we have our fleets meet at, they have absolutely everything you need. And so we have all the tools, all the PPE. We make sure all the gas is taken care of, everything. So next slide, please. So service technician, so what does that mean? What does a technician do here? So essentially, whenever we have someone that calls in and they are looking to get a service from us, then we have our salesmen go out, they kind of take a look at what they need, and then we get the job installed. So we have those installers and foremen that go out there and they actually install the work. Well, guess what? Something is slightly off, or something is not looking the way that the homeowner thought it would. So what we'll do is they'll call back in and say, hey, can I just have somebody come and check this out? So that's when we send those service technicians out. So they're actually able to get out there in the customer's home, and they're actually take a look at, make sure everything is running smoothly, as well as they're going to do the annual maintenance work for all of our homeowners, because all of the products that we sell here are guaranteed and warranted. So essentially, in the event that anything's wrong with it, guess what? We're going to get right back out there to make sure that everything is taken care of. So we've got a lot of different people in the process to make sure our homeowners stay happy and make sure that they keep a remarkable experience. So with the service technicians, they're actually going out and they do receive a company vehicle, just like the foreman. They have all of the equipment that they need. And then they are actually paid $15 an hour starting. So what that means with the commission is that when they go out to the home, we are going to be experts, right, whenever we're out there. So we're going to know a lot more than anyone else. Like, hey, you know, you might want to take a look at the bowing wall you have on the other side of your basement, right? So our service technicians actually receive commission on additional sales that they make in the home. And that could also mean that we're just making an upgrade to a system that was already in place that we did 20 years ago. So the sky is the limit for a service technician when it comes to their commission. Our top service technician makes $30 an hour on average with his commissions. And so the installer, the foreman, and the service tech are always going to be positions that are highly coveted here because there's a lot of development and a lot of opportunity in those positions. We also have other positions on our website that we're looking for. They've either been posted since I created this PowerPoint, or there's something where they probably will only be available for about a week because we'll most likely fill them very quickly. And so if you guys haven't already, go ahead and take a look at that. So next slide, please. Application process. So all of our work for all of our positions for full-time employees are year-round. Like I said, we don't do layoffs. We don't have seasonal work here. I mean, we're always going, and with all the rain that we had this year, it's been intense. So we include full benefits in with all of our full-time employees. We've actually just switched our health plans. So we now have medical, dental, vision. We offer short and long-term disability, as well as we do match with our 401k after 1 year of service. And I believe that's a 4 and a 5 match. So you vest up 5, we will match up to 4%. So with our full-time, we also include 2 weeks paid vacation, 3 personal days annually, and we are closed for 6 holidays out of the year, which we do pay for as well. So in a nutshell, we have a lot of different things happening here at Woods Basement Systems. And if you are interested in joining the team, you can absolutely visit our website. I've sent you the direct careers link right on this, so you're more than happy to apply. And then depending on the position that you have, and I'm going to revert back to the question that was asked earlier to the other teams, the process for the application is I review everything every morning. I'm the only HR recruiter here, so I will take a look at everything if you apply on Indeed, if you apply on our website, and if you have a resume that looks like something we're looking for, I'm going to pull you in for an interview. It could be that week, it could be same day. I may do a phone interview with you, but we are trying to get people in as quickly as possible, and so the turnaround time for getting hired with our crew could be as little as on the spot offers, and I could probably get somebody in within a week of working here, which is pretty awesome. So next slide. I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, so I mean the questions you guys are going to go ahead and put in that chat box, and I'm more than happy to answer them at the end. But yeah, last slide is my contact information for anybody that may want to either give me a call or, like I said, you can visit right on our career site. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Rosalie. And again, as Rosalie mentioned, if you have any questions regarding employment with Woods Basement Systems, you can go ahead and enter those into the chat section. Once we get to the end of this block of presenters, we will make sure that your questions get answered. Next up, we have Caritas Family Solutions, SCSEP. I believe Betty Gengler is slated to present. I do not see Betty. Susan, will you be the one presenting today? Susan, are you there?
Hello, Betty. Hello, this is Betty. I'll be presenting this morning. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Betty. If you give me just one moment, I'm actually going to put your presentation up on the screen, and then we can begin shortly.
I didn't even think about that. You should. There you go. Take your mask off. Yeah, it's hanging from one ear.
Okay, can you see your presentation, Betty?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Excellent. We can begin whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here this morning at our virtual job fair. Such a wonderful opportunity to be doing things remotely in this COVID season. Again, thank you so very much. We will be presenting this morning on our program through Caritas, which is SCSEP. SCSEP stands for Senior Community Service Employment Program. We are a training program, a Title V program for our senior citizens. Those of you who are over 55 years of age and who are looking to rejoin the workforce, to be trained to do so. Our ultimate goal for everyone is for them to receive unsubsidized employment through our training. Our program services an 11-county area, which includes Bond, Clinton, Fayette, Greene, Jersey, Macoupin, Madison, Marion, Montgomery, Scott, and St. Clair counties. We are Illinois Site 063 is our territory. And in 1974, Senior Service America Incorporated, which is now Workforce Inclusion, Center for Workforce Inclusion, partnered with Catholic Social Services to begin providing SCSEP services. In 2014, we changed our name to Caritas Family Solutions, and in January of 2017, we are awarded the bi-state counties, those 11 counties which I mentioned. Since 1974, our SCSEP program has provided employment opportunities for over 800 program participants. Next slide, please. Our location of our main offices, Caritas Family Solutions SCSEP unit, is 900 Royal Heights Road, Suite 2150, Belleville, Illinois, 62226. The mission and purpose of the Senior Community Service Employment Program, known as SCSEP. The Senior Community Service Employment Program serves, as I indicated, low-income, unemployed persons who are 55 years of age and older. By low income, we're referring to an individual, a single, whose annual income is less than $15,950. Now that is income included. That would be Social Security, pensions, any type of income that is coming in on a monthly basis. For a two-person household, that annual income would be $21,550. And the individual must be unemployed at the time of submitting an application for enrollment. Also must be 55 or older. Qualified seniors receive employment preparation training, and we now have remote training, job search assistance, and a paid public service assignment. Participating in the training program helps close the employment gap on the resume. As we all know, life happens. Many people may have had a gap of 10+ years since they've had a, quote, real job. That's what we're here for, to help them over that hump. Many people are very fearful of the technology that we now have, and we must have those skill sets to obtain unsubsidized employment. That's why we're here, to help you through that maze, to help you with that fear of moving forward many times. Know what we may perceive mountain is an obstacle. That's what we're here for. The SCSEP program benefits the entire community, as fewer seniors need to use public assistance programs. The participants' quality of life improves. Having a job gives hope. We're about hope, security, purpose, and interaction with other people, in addition to the income. Next slide, please. How do you apply? That's a good question. You may call our regional office and we will send you an electronic application. Yes, I said electronic. And that's part of our training here. That will be submitted back to us to review for the qualifications with your documents showing that you are unemployed and that you meet those annual income requirements. Also with a series of what we call individual employment plans and goals. So we will be able to review that and match you up with an appropriate host site. So then you would be in training for that dream job. We need employers who are willing to hire our participants into unsubsidized employment, and that includes in this 11 county area, and especially in this time of COVID. We are here to give people hope. There are still people who are hiring and hiring remotely, and in the need of individuals to assist them with the remote efforts. On the IT portion of it, on assembly, we have units that will train in these areas to prepare you. And we are always looking for other host sites that are open, who are practicing social distancing, who are able to provide those services that are for 501c3 organizations or government organizations to become host sites to assist in that training. Who is an ideal person, you might be asking? That might be me. This sounds like a wonderful opportunity. If you ran or managed a business, older workers, especially trained SCSEP participants, are ideal employees, bringing that maturity, that wisdom, a strong work ethic and reliability. Work ethic and reliability. Older employers can teach younger ones with their life experience, while your older employees gain inspiration from the energy and passion of your younger employees. Next slide, please. Hosting and potentially hiring. Yes, I said hiring. Caritas works with host agencies, as I mentioned, non-for-profit or government agencies, 501c3s and government agencies, to match workers' strengths and their interests to business needs. SCSEP pays participants minimum wage, $10 an hour, while in training. This is Mr. Gary Woods, our program manager.
It's supposed to start when you click on it. Well, I think they're gonna click on it. You can just tell them to start the video.
Please start the video.
Having some difficulties actually getting that video to actually get buffered and begin. Do you want to continue on with your presentation, Betty?
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
They've already seen it.
Yes, I believe we had played that earlier.
Oh, our success story.
This is one of our success stories, Miss Brenda. I had the wonderful opportunity of working with Miss Brenda and through her journey of finding her dream job. Miss Brenda had an extensive past in music and in teaching and business and finding her dream job. And she was able to find that and carve that out. Her host site was Lewis and Clark Community College, which is one of our host sites, a wonderful host site. And in training with that, carving out with the music department, her gospel group. And now they're entertaining and providing concert series throughout our region. And she's teaching and students, and it's just been a beautiful, beautiful match for her. And to see her growth and where she was once feeling somewhat isolated and as I said, life had happened and coming out of that shell and reemerging. You're never too old. You're never too uneducated or not capable. Never believe that. Always have the hope that that dream job is out there for you, for the betterment of self and the betterment of community. Just want a few examples. Our new remote training coalition efforts, which will be starting again, necessitates with our COVID season. And we've been really blessed to start this new programming here remotely, so individuals will not have to leave their home. I know very many people are very concerned about this, and they should be. So this gives you a little bit of idea of training in different areas. One of our areas is mask production for our individuals here in our program. And throughout that unit, then there's different units, one of them being a distribution facilitator. And just to give you a little bit of idea here of the position description, accounting facilitator, if you've had a background, if you're going to learn accounting and data entry and just tracking of business. And again, as I said, if you have some prior business experience, maybe you started school, you didn't finish, this is where to come back into the program, and we can assist you with your educational needs and with that training. By training, our training is 20 hours a week, each week at the host site. And for these type of positions, this would all be done remotely and preparing you. As I always say, this looks really good on your resume. And for other employers who are looking for people who have training and understanding of the IT behind the scenes, the back office support of a remote unit. Again, a marketing facilitator for those. There's a lot of marketing in what we do and being the face of the program to the community. And again, in placing those phone calls, and our data entry specialist, and a lot of back office, and what I say, a lot of paper. We have a lot of paper here, a lot of forms, and a lot of information that needs to get to other places, whether that be the Department of Labor and other offices and within our Caritas family and within the community. So a lot of need for data entry, a lot of success in having those individuals being placed in the community with unsubsidized employment also. Customer care center representatives. Again, for those of you that love that contact but may not be able to have that one-on-one touch, the phone is a wonderful opportunity. Emails, texting, any way we can get that word out there, and our customer care center representatives are doing that. Managing orders, taking orders, resolving problems. There are no problems, there are no silly questions. We are here to help. Issuing refunds, discussing product features, transferring calls, managing customer information, working directly, handling general clerical duties, selling products, and suggesting upgrades to customers. Maybe you did this back in the 70s and you can now do this in 2020. Just do it a little bit differently and remotely. Information technology technicians. Again, we've had a lot of really good luck with individuals that have come through our program being hired by major companies such as Boeing in our community. This position description, IT technician, diagnoses computer problems. If those gremlins get in those computers, computer problems, monitors computer processing systems, installs software, performs tests on computers, equipment, and programs. The IT technician is there to help all of us. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to fine-tune those skill sets, upgrade those skill sets, educational opportunities to get you on your way again to that dream job. Job development coaches. I think we're all a little bit of a job development coach here in what we do, and ensures effective and professional facilitation of the Caritas SCSEP, working with
Betty, it appears that you've been muted. Can you please unmute yourself? Hello.
Hello.
There you go. You're good to go.
Okay. Go back to job development coach. As I said, we're all about developing that team atmosphere, and we're all a little bit of a job development coach. This ensures the job development coach initiates and maintains ongoing personal contacts, so important personal contacts with a variety of businesses and industry representatives, job placement training agencies to promote programs for participants' placement, making cold calls to potential employers, explaining benefits, employment support services provided by programs to employers, including addressing employers' special needs, researches, internet, newspapers, agencies, and other resources for job leads, locate jobs for participants who have successfully completed training programs, and again, collecting data from employers related to job orders, including job requirements and skills. So this is all about matching people up, finding what's out there, networking, mentoring, and moving forward each and every day, and not letting COVID, not letting, oh, well, I don't understand that computer. I don't want anything to do with that computer. I didn't finish my education. No, now is the time to hit that reset button and become active and motivated in this season. The application process. Again, as I indicated, there is an application for your training experience here at SCSEP. And again, gathering those documents and ensuring that you are 55 years of age or older, that your annual income meets the guidelines identified by the Department of Health and Human Services, that your residents, that you live within that 11 county area. And again, I'm going to read that again: Bond, Clinton, Fayette, Greene, Jersey, Macoupin, Madison, Marion, Montgomery, Scott, and St. Clair. And we're especially looking for people in those rural areas. Please call us at our regional office, the 1-618-688-1180 number, to discuss these opportunities with Ms. Robin Moore. We will electronically send you that application, further review, and entry into our program. We're always looking for partners for our program, host sites, those who would like to donate to our program, not only monetarily, but donate goods such as clothes and shoes to assist our participants in their job searches. And there are many, many ways that you can partner with us here at Caritas at our SCSEP unit. For further contact information, please contact Mr. Gary Woods, who is our program manager. Again, it's 618-688-1180, or our email, CSEP, which is SCSEP @caritasfamily.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. And if anyone has any questions regarding employment with Caritas, you can go ahead and enter those into the chat section. And once we hit the brief Q&A session at the end of this presentation block, we will go ahead and get that question answered for you. Next up, we actually have Challenge Unlimited. Anitra, are you available for to present?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Give me just 1 minute here and I will pull up your presentation and then we can begin. All right, Anitra, can you see that?
I can.
Excellent. We can begin whenever you're ready.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. And so my name is Anitra Cole. I am the Director of Talent Management here at Challenge Unlimited, and excited to be here before you all to talk a little bit about our organization. So who we are a multi-tier organization. We're headquartered over in Alton, Illinois. As I stated, multi-tier organization, and you can see to the right our logo, which shows our 4 organizations as we operate as a whole. Challenge Unlimited is our overall arching organization, and under Challenge Unlimited, we have our residential options where we employ DSPs and other roles to help us manage our homes with our clients that we support in different homes throughout Eastern Illinois. We have our Project CU, which is in St. Louis, Missouri, where we do warehousing and other production. We employ individuals with disabilities there and secure employment for those positions as well. And then we have our AOS staffing, where we operate mainly in St. Louis, but in other areas is also where we employ different individuals. We hire them as direct hires for different companies. So we're more so a staffing agency for those organizations. And Challenge Unlimited as itself, we have different operations throughout Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, Ohio, and South Carolina. And in our headquarter office here in Alton, we have our administration offices, as well as some other individuals, our residential options, their staffing, their primary management positions are housed here in Alton as well. And then we also have our skill training centers throughout Alton and Swansea and Quincy, Illinois. And so that's kind of the gist of us. We have been around for over 50 years, and we have a great reputation to support the community, disabled populations. We have a lot of private commercial companies that we work with, as well as a lot of federal and state government agencies that we work with. We employ individuals on military bases, some government facilities, and other sites as well, which I'll touch on a little bit shortly. Our mission is to provide the opportunities for individuals with disabilities that will assist them to be able to live, work, and participate in the community. So we take that with great pride to make sure that we are employing individuals with disabilities into a lot of different roles and a lot of the positions that we have. And we'll touch base on that shortly. And then our vision is to become a national leader in providing employment opportunities to those individuals. You can go to the next slide. Challenge Unlimited as a whole, as I stated before, we operate in 5 different states, and we employ over 900 people, including the largest population of those are individuals with disabilities. So on a military basis, the government sites that we have janitorial contracts, we have ground and labor contracts, we have individuals that work in some of the commissary roles, some of the military bases as well. And as indicated, we are in Illinois. We have contracts over at Scott Air Force Base, and we also have, we have positions up at Rantoul as well, which I'll touch on a little bit shortly. Then again, Missouri, we have individuals at some of the court sites, and then also at Fort Leonard Wood. That's one of our military sites that we work at as well. And in Wisconsin, we are at Fort McCoy. And then we are in Cincinnati and Akron, Ohio, as well as Charleston, South Carolina. And through all those different states, we employ individuals who work at those different government sites that I mentioned before. And then we offer work opportunities for staff and clients. And we define clients as someone with a disability that is documented and that they can be approved to work through our Ability One vocational training program. Next. So some of our current openings right now, we have a number of direct support person positions open through residential options. Those openings, we have those on a frequent basis. And so any point in time, if you go to our website, you're going to find a DSP position open and available. And we have various openings throughout Madison County and St. Clair County. And our recruiter for that is Lindsay Burton. She typically works on a lot of those hiring for those positions, as well as some of our residential site management positions. Anything that's Residential Options, she is our main recruiter to recruit for those roles. As I stated, we're constantly hiring for these positions, and we're looking for someone who has skills working in a residential setting, that they can be able to train and supervise our clients, and making sure that they get the necessary skills and care that they need to be successful and operate day to day. We do require that everyone who applies for this position must pass an tape test, and they have to pass that in order to move forward in the hiring process for those positions. And you can see some of the other credentials there that are required for the position as well. But those openings are always available, and we definitely encourage anybody to apply, or if you know someone, please pass the information along. So some of our other current openings that we have, so in our administration office, as I mentioned before, that is headquartered here in Alton, Illinois. These are some of the current openings that we have. So we have some positions in our finance department. We're currently looking for a controller. We're looking for an accounts receivable supervisor, and we're also looking for a staff accountant. In our maintenance department, we're looking for a maintenance technician. And then in operations, we're looking for a sales director position. And then some of our client openings. So these are for the individuals with disabilities that are documented and they can work for our Ability One training program. And throughout the state of Illinois, as you can see here, we're looking for several of these positions, and these all fall under our operations unit. So we have Jerica Denwood, who recruits for our Scott Air Force openings, and we're looking for several janitors and shelf stockers for our commissary contract that we have at Scott Air Force Base, as well as our janitorial contract that we have. And so we're definitely always looking for positions on the base. We do have other positions in our dining hall, and then also two on grounds and labor that sometimes come up periodically. But right now, these are the two current openings that we have for Scott Air Force Base. And then we have several openings for janitors at our rest areas that are off the I-64 and I-70. And we have Pam Walker, who is the recruiter for that site right now. And we're looking for several janitors for that role. And then we also have several openings at Lincoln Challenge Academy, which is up in Rantoul, Illinois. And Jerica Denwood is also the recruiter for that. And we're looking for food service supervisors, cooks, and a cook too. So we are definitely looking for new candidates for those positions. So if you guys know anyone who has a documented disability that may be interested in working for our program, please be sure to pass this information along. And our application process, all candidates are able to apply online by visiting our careers page at our website, featured here, www.cuinc.org. And we accept applications and resumes via that website. So, and we do have two different formats. So a DSP openings, they can apply with a one quick apply, and then we will work later to get their applications. So if they want to apply from their phones, they can. If they are at a computer, they can easily apply there as well. And we'll work with them to get them set up and processed to be able to start the interview process, and also get set up for tapes and things like that. Our staff applicants are always encouraged to submit a resume using a PDF or Word that they can easily upload, and that helps us be able to navigate and move through the process quicker. All client applicants are encouraged to have their documentation showing their disability. So if they are applying for a position, we ask that they will need to produce that documentation at some point during the hiring process so we can ensure that they are qualified for our program. And then, of course, everyone is encouraged to complete the application in one sitting to help save on time and make sure that we get all the important information we need to move them along in the hiring process. All right, any questions?
Excellent. Thank you for your presentation, Anitra. And if anyone has any questions for Anitra regarding employment with Challenge Unlimited, you can go ahead and answer those questions into the chat section. We'll get those answered for you as quickly as possible. With the conclusion of Challenge Unlimited, we are actually at our question and answer portion. So for the next 5 minutes, if you all have any questions that you want any of these last 4 employers who have presented to answer, please feel free to enter those into the chat section. If not, we will go ahead and ask some standard questions of the employers as well. I do have a question for Rhonda from Scott Air Force Base. The individual asks, to apply military spouse preference, does your spouse need to be active duty? My husband is a traditional reservist.
Yes, the spouse has to be active duty. And I want to say, and be a station at Scott Air Force Base as well.
Thank you, Rhonda. And I actually also have another question for you, if you bear with me for one moment.
We on the road.
Rhonda, Scott Air Force Base for employment under all others, does that include civilians?
Yes, we highly promote civilians to apply.
Excellent, thank you. Again, if anyone has any questions for any of these employers, feel free to answer or enter those into the chat section. We will get those answered for you. It doesn't appear that we have any at this moment, so I will go ahead and just ask a few generalized questions. We will go ahead and begin with Rhonda, and then we'll just work our way in order of presenter. Rhonda, can you just kind of elaborate on how long the hiring process typically takes from the point of submitting an application to the point of being hired?
Well, yes, our goal is 2 to 3 weeks once you submit your application, interviewed, and have been selected.
Excellent, thank you. Woods Basement?
Yes, hi. So what we do is once you submit your application, like I said, I do check those daily. And so I may call you in for a same day interview, but usually within a couple of days, I will get back to all of our applicants for every position. And then we could potentially make an offer on the spot once we have an interview, which is usually within that week. We can set up an interview. So max would be 5-10 days. But the process for actually coming on board for orientation could be as little as a week.
Excellent, thank you, Rosalie. Next would be Caritas. Betty, are you there? Okay, doesn't look like she's there. We can go ahead and move to Challenge Unlimited. Anitra, are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Betty.
Hello?
Okay. Anitra, are you there? Okay, looks like we're having a few technical difficulties. We can go ahead and start. Anitra, are you available?
Yes, I kept trying to hit unmute. So
No
I'm
worries.
sorry, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you just do a real quick overview of the process, how long the process takes once an applicant submits an application to the point of actually being hired? How long does that process typically take?
It can take anywhere from a week to a couple of weeks, depending on the position that the person applied for. So if it's like one of our direct support positions, for example, if they submit an application, we tend to typically call them within a couple of days, and then we work to get them scheduled for a pre-screen. And then once they're scheduled for the pre-screen, if selected, they will be invited to come in and sit for a TAPES test. And then once they pass that test, they will be moved forward to the hiring manager for the position. And so they'll get interviewed at that point in time. And then if selected for the role, they'll go through orientation. So it can take anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks, depending on the position, depending on how quickly we can get them scheduled for orientation, as well as their background screening. And that's generally the process for most of the positions, except for we don't typically test for TAPES. But if it's like a staff accounting position, they may have to do an Excel test or something like that, which they can do remotely.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Anitra. I appreciate that answer. At this time, we're going to go ahead and take our second break. It's going to be a 5-minute break, and we will resume again at 11 o'clock. Thank you. Hello, everyone. We'd like to welcome you back for our next block of presenters. First up is Busey Bank. Diana Elftman is slated to present. Are you here, Diana? I also have a Griffin Miller listed as an alternate contact. Hi, Griffin, can you hear me? It looks like you're unmuted, but we're not getting any audio from you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Will you be the individual presenting today, sir?
So Diana is supposed to be presenting. She is just about out of a meeting, so I'm waiting on her, but I'm more than happy to start.
Okay, give me just 1 second here, and I will put your presentation up on the screen, and we can go ahead and begin shortly.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, can you see that, Griffin?
Yes, yep, I can see it. And Diana's here with us now, so we're happy to get
Hi, Diana. This is Daniel with SIU. Are you ready to present?
I am.
Excellent. We can begin whenever you are ready.
Hi, my name is Diana Elfman, and I am one of the talent specialists here at Busey Bank. I first like to tell you a little bit about Busey. Busey is a financial service company offering personal and business banking, retail banking processing center, and a financial planning and investments. Busey Banks is wholly owned bank subsidiary of First Busey Corporation and has total assets of $10.82 billion as of June 30th of 2020. The headquarters are in Champaign, Illinois, with 61 banking centers serving Illinois, 13 banking services centers in Missouri, and 5 banking centers serving Florida, and a banking center in Indianapolis. Through the Busey Wealth Management Division, the company provides an asset management, investment and fiduciary services to individuals, business, and foundations. Busey Bank owns a retail payment processing center, First Tech, which processes approximately 27 million transactions per year using online bill payment, lockbox processing, and walk-in payment at its 4,000 agent locations in 43 states. Busey Bank was named among the Forbes 2019 Best in State Banks, 1 in 5 in Illinois, and 173 across the country. Best in State banks are awarded for exceptional customer experience, such as determined by a survey sampling 25,000 plus banking customers who rate banks on trust, terms and conditions, banking services, and digital services and financial advice. We can go to the next screen. Today, the items that we would like to cover are finding the right company and the culture fit, a little insight about what Busey makes Busey an organization of choice and further sets us apart from others, and a look at our business lines of business and what is next for you. Next slide. Identifying the right culture. Finding the right company can be hard, and it is way more than half the battle. Additionally, during this time, a lot of companies may not be going full steam ahead on hiring or internships, and you have an ideal time to vet a lot of this up front. Things you may want to consider are associate engagement. How does a company treat its employees? Is it evident in their website, through social media channels, or even through the word of mouth that they are appreciated, valued, and highlighted by their associate success? What does a corporation do to drive the engagement within their teams? To move ahead, community stewardship. Questions I would pose as an organization: what is their reputation? How do they give back to communities that serve and call home? How do they challenge their people to follow suit and multiply those efforts? Growth opportunities, most likely you're not going to start out in your ideal dream job, but you do want to do the research of career path that might look for somebody starting out in a certain area and be time well spent on how you can grow to the dream job of your choice. Last but not least, the leadership communication. As an organization, how does the executive level of leadership choose to communicate with their full associate base? Leadership communication is key, and you want to strengthen an associate's understanding of how their work ties to the corporate level goals and ultimately leads to stronger and more engaged and thriving teams. Do your homework around these topics and attend job fairs, interviews, and tailor-made questions that will assist you in finding out this information. These kind of questions will impress recruiters, hiring managers of the like. Next slide. So I've told you a little bit about what you need to research. Let me tell you a little bit about what Busey does. I've had the opportunity of working here at Busey for 9 years, and one way that Busey does acknowledge its associates is through their associate appreciation focus. Whether it's through the annual associate meeting, the associate success captured on our social media sites and newsletters, and so forth. It has morphed and continued to expand to today. Another highlight I'd like to mention is our Busey's commitment to our community promise. We have built countless houses and filled countless plates of food and lodged an impressive amount of numbers with all the purpose of serving others. They are numbers that we are continue to be proud of. Moving ahead, growth opportunities do exist around every corner. Annually, we fill half of our roles internally by promoting our associates. So while you are promoting to the next big level here, it may take 2 years, 3 years. There are plenty of opportunities to push past your comfort zone and grow into many ways. Last but not least is our leadership engagement. For such a large organization, they are truly drive the heart of all here at Busey. And while we continue to grow, I am impressed by the level of forethought always placed into our corporate-wide calls, special video features, our most recent one from our CEO about updates about COVID. That all being said, we are an organization that during my time here has grown from a team of 600 to 1,800 associates, all in new markets, states, more. We have really tried hard to maintain our culture our competitors model themselves after. It is an approach that has won us the Best Place to Work awards around our regions time and time again. Next slide. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our business units that we do have, the first one being retail. Most people think of banking, they often think of our branches. While Busey is much larger than our retail footprint, it certainly can be deemed one of our most fundamental and essential functions. Roles within this space include tellers, universal bankers, service managers. People are most successful in this role, have a service mentality, and love to work face-to-face with customers. And given our COVID-19 landscape, they are certainly our front line, are the most important and valued employees. Commercial and credit, next slide. The commercial and credit team often have a growth mobility. These teams are housed closely together by design. Understanding the credit side understands of what a good loan is, being able to crunch the numbers and know how data is needed to inevitably leads to creating a revenue generators on our commercial side that form lasting relationships and bring new healthy business to the bank. These are just a few of the job titles that we have here at Busey that you may want to research and look into. Next slide. Wealth management is also a big part of our client base, whether it be interested in financial planning, trust, or investment department. Wealth management is a unique line of business that has clear track of career pathways as you progress in your career. So for example, if you start with us as a wealth advisor associate, you can be in a support role, learning the ropes, but as your action items to reach to the planner level are very rare and accountable, that this will allow you to move on to be advisor. So looking ahead to 4, 6 years down the road, you can see a clear path to your ultimate goal. Next slide. Service support. While we called it service support here at Busey, others will call it operations. Each of our line of business maintain a back of the house team that assists the leg work, processing, and planning for our customers. They have essential functions that are our associates that will prepare us not to be customer facing. This is a huge overarching team within Busey. The associates who work within service support receive a unique preview, especially on if it makes it to a front-facing role to understand how the whole house operates. It makes an associate more rounded for promoting. Service support is also where we house our customer service team, a growing team that continues to be our backbone of supporting our customers. Next slide. Information security. Our team here at Busey is second to none, and while much of what they do is very serious in nature, examples being promoting, protecting customers' data, the security of the network and the like, they also do a leading edge of research of new technology and implementing what within Busey. Again, this is a very strategic and innovative team of technical geniuses. Next slide. Last but not least are essential services. Certainly outside of our line of business, we have teams that support our essential service functions, such as accounting, auditing, compliance, and so forth. The structure and opportunity for growth within each of these teams looks a little different, but they are growing and modernizing team in their own right. Next slide. What's next for you? We kind of covered a little bit about Busey and what's next for you. For our business opportunities to see in our current openings, please go to busey.com/careers. We encourage that if you don't see a current position open, to complete the talent profile and ask that you be alerted when that opportunity does arrive. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. And if anyone has any questions for Diana regarding employment at Busey Bank, please feel free to enter those into the chat section. And again, we will get those answered for you during the brief Q&A session at the end of this presentation block. Next up, we actually have Geodis. And Jamie, are you available to present?
Hi, yes.
Excellent. Give me just one moment and I will get your presentation up on the screen. Okay, Jamie, can you see your PowerPoint?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good morning, everyone. My name is LWIAs. I am the field recruiter for Geodis at the St. Louis campus, and I'm very excited to have this opportunity to share some information about our company and some of our openings. Geodis is a supply chain operator ranking one of the top in its field with 5 lines of business. We are the 4th largest third-party logistics company in the world. A third logistics company, also known as a 3PL, is responsible for housing our customers' products. We fulfill orders and we directly distribute products to both retail and directly to customers. At Geodis, our best assets are our people, because without our employees, we could not do what we do. Being a part of our Geodis family is much more than moving a box to point A to point B. We are part of a chain that gets a multitude of products into consumers' hands. Next slide, please. So here's a little history about Geodis. Lancer Logistics was here locally. It was originally founded in the 70s, and it was acquired by OHL in 2015, which was a family-owned business that grew to have over 120 facilities. OHL was then bought by Geodis, which is an international company headquartered in Paris, France. Here in the US, the headquarters is in Brentwood, Tennessee, which is close to Nashville, Tennessee. Here at the St. Louis campus, we actually have 10 warehouses in the area with over 5 million square feet floor space. Our leadership team has an average tenure of 24 years, which we are very proud of. Next slide, please. Our mission, vision, and values. Geodis is a lead logistics provider who manages our customer supply chain by providing end-to-end solutions enabled by our infrastructure, our people, processes, and systems. Our mission, vision, and values reflect who we are as an organization, our approach, and what we bring to the partnership with our customers. Ultimately, what we strive for is getting the products into consumers' hands. Next slide, please. Geodis has thousands of customers, but this slide gives you a glance at some of them, which I'm sure many of you recognize. Right there, yes? Okay. So here's a list of some of our customers that Geodis has. Next slide, please. Here's a map showing where all our warehouses are located in the St. Louis campus. They're all fairly close to one another. We have one facility in Troy, Illinois. We have 6 warehouses in the Edwardsville Pontoon Beach area, along with 2 in Granite City and 1 in Madison, Illinois. Next slide, please. Currently, we are gearing up for our 4th quarter peak season. So we are hiring for both full-time and seasonal on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd shifts. We also have some weekend shifts available. Our openings are always changing weekly. However, the main positions we are recruiting for now are material handlers, which is a great entry-level position for those wanting to break into the warehousing industry. We have various operator roles open, which requires 3 months of experience using a forklift. We also have team lead openings who are responsible for the operation and supervision of some warehouse activities. We also are looking for shipping clerks, cycle counters, customer service reps, and supervisors in training. Next slide, please. At Geodis, we want our employees to grow with our company, whether their goal is steady, long-term employment or career progression. We can make it happen. And listed on the slide are some of those positions our employees can grow into and the opportunities that we have. Next slide, please. And here is the warehouse equipment that we use in our facilities. So if you have experience scanning products or using electric pallet jacks or forklift, you could be a great fit for one of our positions. Next slide. Geodis offers medical, dental, and vision coverage, which begins on the 31st day of employment. We also have automatic pay increases every 6 months for the first 2 years, and then they become annual. We also have attendance bonuses and paid time off, to list just a few of our company incentives. There's many more. Next slide, please. For those interested in any of our positions, please visit work@geodis.com to learn more and to apply. We also will be at the drive-through job fair tomorrow, and we would love to see anyone interested in our positions there. And you can also contact me directly. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Jamie. And if anyone has any questions for Jamie or any questions regarding employment with Geodis, please feel free to include those into the chat section and we will get those answered for you during the brief Q&A session at the end of this presentation block. Next up, we have Clinton Manor. Tanya Smith is slated to present. Tanya, are you available? Does not appear that Tanya is on the webinar with us. In that event, what we will go ahead and do is have my colleague David Garvey go ahead and go over some tools and different resources that are available to job seekers on Illinois WorkNet. David, are you there?
Yeah, thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
So I wanted to provide an opportunity to show a few different resources we have and opportunities available on WorkNet for job seekers. So this is our homepage, illinoisworknet.com, and you can see at the top here we have the State of Illinois Workforce Portal, which you can access the virtual job fair from, along with additional resources. And so I wanted to go over here. We have this job seeker section. We have a couple buttons here: explore resources and build your resume. So explore resources. If you're not already familiar with some of the other tools and features of Illinois WorkNet, this explore resources button takes you to this quick start guide for job seekers page. And this will outline what's available on Illinois WorkNet. So no matter where you are in the job seeking process, if you're just trying to get started, or if you're already looking for jobs or trying to, wonder how to communicate or network, to improve those skills, you can, check out what's available on WorkNet as well. So we have, getting started, welcoming to Illinois WorkNet, finding a job, looking at some of the different resources, articles, and videos we have for that. Along with networking, this includes our event calendar, which will show upcoming events, along with virtual job fairs like this morning's event here, and social media. The social media guide is another resource we have, do's and don'ts, and how to convey a professional image of yourself with social media. And then we also have planning for training and getting qualified. So planning for training, you can look for different training programs that are available near you, and some additional resources related to training and preparation for that. And then getting qualified, we have a few different guides to, different skills you should have, across all job industries, digital literacy guides, what tools and softwares, might you need to learn more about for the job that you're seeking, as well as the resume builder, which we will cover in a few moments here. And then exploring careers, seeing what you're interested in. If you're not really sure on what particular industry, we do have surveys that are available that can help guide you into the field that may be best for you. And to also learn about careers, wages, and trends, this will show you, information such as, average salary, job growth, and other kind of data to, give you an impression of what the current market is like for that. So this is the quick start guide for job seekers. Here we also have these brief videos that cover an overview of these different sections on Illinois WorkNet. They're just a couple minutes as well. And so these are set up so we have the English version here, and then automatically after the English version, the Spanish versions of the videos will automatically play. And we also do have this translation feature at the top of every WorkNet page that will translate the text into Spanish. And so this build your resume was the other button here under the job seeker section. And this will take us to the resume writing guide. And I mentioned a few different guides earlier, and this is what our guides look like. So, here we have the resume writing guide as this introductory slide here that will stress the importance of the guide that you're looking at and provide an overview of what is included in this guide. And you can navigate through them by clicking on these arrows to jump from slide to slide. You can also click this drop down to a different spot. So if you're working on your resume and you just need to prepare for an interview, you can go ahead and jump to this section here. But if you want to learn more about the resume writing process, if you just need to get started, you can click these buttons here. And this will open up to an article page with more information about that topic. And so you can see here, this is getting prepared to write your resume. Kind of just walking you through the different features that you'll want to keep in mind with putting together a resume and preparing for it by customizing it, reviewing it, thinking about different ways to enhance your resume, as well as preparing for an interview. With an Illinois WorkNet account, which is free, you can access our resume building tool. And this allows you to customize your resume the way you want it to appear. It also provides templates for resumes in different industries, for different experience levels. There's an abundance of helpful resources with the resume building tool as well. So I also wanted to point out with Coursera, Illinois has partnered with Coursera to offer courses that lead to IT, information technology, courses and certificates. And so you can access these different training opportunities with Coursera by creating an Illinois WorkNet account, which is again for free. And under this training and services section, we have a couple different pages here. So Find Training takes us to the Training Quick Start Guide on Illinois WorkNet. You can see we have free Coursera courses. And so with this partnership, you can take these courses online at your own pace for free. And so what you'll need to do here, though, is you'll need to create an account and register by the end of October. And you have to complete the courses by the end of this year. Because as of now, starting January 1st, then there will be a cost associated with the courses that you've registered for. And so from this Training Quick Start Guide, you can see this link, free Coursera online courses. And this will take you to another page with more information about getting started with Coursera and more background information there, including a button here to access and get started with Coursera for these free training opportunities. And additionally, on this Training Quick Start Guide, we have other resources for Illinois job seekers, from different community colleges, from ICCB, the Illinois Community College Board, along with Tech Ready, which is more so for the Chicagoland area, but that is another opportunity that you can access for online training, as well as different training programs and searches that we have on Illinois WorkNet, from WIO approved training programs to other public and private training program opportunities, and even apprenticeships as well, along with a few other guides that you may be interested in. And then additionally, this Find Local Services button, this will take you to the Service Finder. And if you're looking for career assistance, you can find an Illinois WorkNet Center or other location near you for work support. You can see some of these filters here is that there are sites throughout the state that serve different audiences, from youths to veterans, individuals with disabilities, a laid off worker. And if you need assistance or you're looking for resources for childcare or housing or legal assistance, you can take a look through here and see the different resources that are at your disposal. And so you can do a search and you'll see the results in here. I would stress though that due to the pandemic, some sites you might have to schedule an appointment rather than showing up due to safety concerns. So I would say to check out the website, give them a call, schedule an appointment if you need to, but to kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And that is all I had to share. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to share them in the chat and we can get them answered.
Excellent. Thank you for that overview, David. Now, I believe we can go ahead and transfer to the Q&A portion of this presentation block. So this will actually be for the two businesses that presented. So it'll be for Busey and Geodis. I have a question in the chat section. This individual asks, hi, I am from India. Am I eligible to apply for these positions? I will go ahead and say, I'm assuming this individual is seeking remote work. So do you guys, either of your organizations, offer that for people that live abroad? Diana, you can go ahead and begin.
We do not have opportunities where we do sponsorships.
Thank you, Diana. Jamie?
At this time, Geodis does not have any remote positions available.
Excellent, thank you. And another question that I get frequently doing these job fairs is, given the current status of the pandemic, how do each of your respective organizations, how are you handling those safety precautions? Are you providing PPE? Are you maintaining social distance? So on and so forth. Diana, you can begin.
We have opportunities of working remotely for not all opportunities, but we do have several of them after they go through the orientation and learning about the position. We also do our social distancing, and we do provide the PP for our employees. So, and we are hiring as if there wasn't COVID going on right now. So we do have a lot of opportunities and we're trying to maintain our growth of our organization.
Excellent, thank you, Diana. Jamie?
Yes, being considered an essential employer, we take everyone's safety very seriously. We do provide PPE to everyone. We also have signage reminding everyone to socially distance, and precautions are taken at every step and every measure.
Excellent, thank you, Jamie. And another question that I have for you guys is, what are the opportunities for advancement in each of your respective organizations? You guys can even point to some success stories that you might have had. Diana, if you'd like to begin.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of opportunities of growth within our organization. I think I highlighted in my talk that half of our positions are filled internally. A lot of people do start like in the teller retail aspect and have the opportunity of either going into the back offices and learning more, or they are on track to be in more of those customer service facing opportunities. So it just depends on what you are interested in, and there is definitely lots of opportunity within our organization.
Excellent, thank you, Diana. Jamie?
Yes, we have a lot of growth opportunities here at Geodis. Our campus is very large, 10 warehouses in the area, so there's a lot of room for advancement. A success story that I like to share is when I first started here at Geodis, which was 3 years ago. I recall hiring actually 2 operators at a hiring event, brought them in at an entry-level position, and a year later they were both promoted to supervisor roles. So it is definitely a reality that happens at Geodis.
Excellent. Thank you both. With that, we will go ahead and end this particular employer block. We will once again take a 5-minute break and resume at 11:40 with our next employer. Thank you both very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and we are going to begin our 4th block of presenters. Next up, we have Express Professionals with Nate Smith. Nate, are you available to present?
Yes, I am, sir.
Excellent. Give me one moment and I will put your presentation up on the screen and we can begin.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Okay, can you see that, Nate?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. We can begin whenever you're ready.
Excellent. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Nathan Smith, and I'm from Express Employment Professionals. Express as a whole has been around since 1983. We have over 800 offices throughout the United States, Canada, South Africa, and coming soon, Australia and New Zealand. What makes Express Employment Professionals as a staffing firm pretty unique is the fact that we are all territorial and we all serve the area that we live in. The branches I work for 2 offices. I work for the Edwardsville office, which is located actually in Glen Carbon, and we service and work with clients that are throughout the Madison County area. The other office I work for is located in Fairview Heights, and they work with clients that are exclusively in the St. Clair County area. Our offices have been around this area. Our Edwardsville has been here for over 14 years locally, and then our Fairview Heights office a few months back celebrated their 6th anniversary. So that was kind of an expansion when we moved into St. Clair County. The other wonderful thing that kind of ties us all together is our owners, as well as the majority of the folks that work here internally at Express. We all are from this area. We grew up in this location. We have a tie to this area, to this place. Our main goal, our main mission is to help build strong businesses with strong workers. We work with companies, whether they're big, medium, or small, whether they're local or nationwide. And then we work with the folks in this area or any folks that are relocating to this area to help them find work. If you want to go ahead and go to the next slide, please. Perfect. So we do full-time work, we do part-time work. Occasionally we have temporary positions. That's kind of few and far between. And then we break that down into a couple different types, meaning like we do direct hire, we do evaluation hire, and we do contract work. And I'll explain each one briefly. The majority of the job openings we have are considered evaluation hire. And what that means is that initially you will go work at a client's location for the client, but you are our employee. Your payroll and your benefits initially come from us. Once you eclipse a certain hour mark, and that's either depending on whether we're talking industrial or administrative, and I'll break that down a little bit. For industrial, you're looking at 500 hours. For administrative, you're looking at 750. But once you reach those hour marks, you're then eligible to be hired on by the client. In a lot of cases, as long as it's a good fit for you, the job seeker, and a good fit for that client, you're going to get hired on. We even had plenty of cases where if someone gets in there and they're just an awesome all-star, the client can potentially buy them out early and bring them over. Once you cross over to the client through the evaluation hire process, you are then on the payroll and the benefits that are then provided by the client. In a direct hire type of setting, that's typically for your upper level management and experienced positions. And those, to kind of describe that, that's pretty much where, think of it as we're more of a headhunter in that sense. We go out and let's say we need an accountant, we'll find the top 3 accountants in the area, submit them over to the client. Usually in those cases, the client likes to do their own interview. If everything goes well and it's a good fit for you, a good fit for them, in the direct hire setting, you're automatically hired in to that client, your payroll benefits, everything comes from them. It'd be no different if you directly walked in and filled out an application with them directly. And then the last one, of course, we do some contract work with different larger bulk clients where your payroll and your benefits are coming directly from us all of the time. To touch on a little bit about the benefits that we do offer through us, we do offer healthcare, dental, vision, life insurance, as well as short-term disability. And the beautiful thing is it's a la carte. So, you know, when you're going through, you can select the benefits you do want or you don't want, which I think is kind of neat. You can tailor it to yourself. When you are working for us, as far as I know, a lot of questions I get about payroll, we do, if you're through us through the contract or the evaluation side, we do pay out every single week, every single Friday for the hours that you work the week prior. And then the different types of positions, because we kind of do a wide variety. So we can do administrative, we can do industrial, we do professional upper management positions, as well as some skilled trades positions. Pay rates, of course, you know, depending on each position is different, but I would say typically, I mean, you know, if we're talking entry level moving up, entry level, you're going to be looking at 12, 13 on the industrial side, probably more like 13, 14 on the administrative side. And then pay goes up again from there, depending on what client we're speaking of, what, you know, what the job is, what the job duties are, and all of those things. Out of our both offices, we have a wide range of positions available right now. I know out of the Edwardsville office, we've got about 60 plus positions throughout the county. And then to kind of give you a guideline of where we go, our Edwardsville office covers as far north as your Alton, Godfrey, Bethalto, Brighton area, even sometimes up into Jerseyville occasionally. And then as far south as Collinsville, as far east as Highland and Greenville. We have a couple of clients in Greenville. And then west, the state line is kind of our border. For the Fairview Heights office, it picks up right underneath Collinsville and Caseyville, and then goes all the way south down towards Waterloo, Redbud area. And east-wise, they go about as far out as Fayetteville, possibly slightly a little farther. And then the state line is, of course, the border. If you want to go ahead and move to the next slide. Thank you. I do want to kind of get into some of the positions, and I'll let you know while I'm going through some of these. You can find full descriptions of our positions, which is the job responsibilities, the qualifications for these positions, as well as the benefits that you receive as the job seeker, whether that's from us or from the client. You can check those out. There's a couple different ways you can do that. If you go online to expresspros.com and put the / and then Edwardsville IL, I know the link you see on the PowerPoint gives you the direct full length, but if you go to the Edwardsville IL, right from the main page, the top banner I have listed, you click on that, that'll take you to all the job openings. Same thing for the Fairview Heights location in St. Clair County. If you click on expresspros.com / Fairview Heights IL, the top banner on there will also take you to the job positions. If you're more of a mobile phone on the go type of individual, we also have an app that works with both Android and Apple devices. It's called Express Jobs app. And when you download that, when you're searching for positions, it's going to ping from your geographic location. And keep in mind when you're doing that, since we do have 800 offices across multiple countries, keep in mind that, you know, if you put your search out 50 miles, you may encounter more offices than just ours. But you'll know as you're going through the descriptions where they're located. Anything that's within that Madison County, St. Louis County realm is going to be coming through our office. You can apply directly to us through those ways. You can see our job postings from there. If you want to go ahead and go to the next slide, please. Another way that you can apply to us, you can also send your resume directly to us. We do ask, if you're doing that, to please send it to us in a Microsoft Word format or a PDF format. If you send it in any other formats, unfortunately, we cannot open those formats with the security that we have through our system. But you're more than welcome to do that if that seems to be easier for you. You can send that directly over. Again, if you're looking for jobs in Madison County, you can send that over to jobs.edwardsvilleil@expresspros.com. If you're looking for jobs in the St. Clair County area, you can send that over to jobs.fairviewheightsil@expresspros.com. And of course, you can always send it directly to me, since I work for both offices. And my email, which will come up on a future slide, if you want to go ahead and click to the next one, is nate.smith@expresspros.com. I physically operate out of our Edwardsville office, so if you have any questions directly for me, you can reach me at the number there on the screen, which is the 618-288-8011. I'd like to go over a few job openings just to kind of let you know what we're looking for right now out of each office, and then I'm going to kind of let you know what happens after the application process, what to expect from us. When we're talking about the Edwardsville office in Madison County, I've got a wide variety open on the administrative side. I've got several different various financial positions, whether that's in loan mortgage, closing of loans. Some of those positions work directly with the client in their office. Some of those positions, once you are trained, they do work remotely. So we do have a few positions that are remote. Most of our positions are going to be physically at a client, but there are some there that are remote. I do have several of those posted on our website. You can see the qualifications that we're looking for there. We're also looking for several different accountants. Some of the positions are entry-level accountant clerks. If you're familiar with payroll or familiar with Microsoft Office and looking to get your feet in the door into accounting, those might be a good fit for you. We're also looking for some more experienced accounts receivables, folks that have dealt with high volume, high dollar, at least 5 years or more of experience. And we're also looking for like a benefits payroll kind of coordinator. I think on our website, I do have it listed as HR generalist. But it's looking for somebody who's familiar with benefits, familiar with payroll, and also is good and comfortable with customer service, because you would be talking with the customers, explaining benefits and that sort of thing. couple other things we're looking for as well. On more of a kind of part-time temporary basis, we are looking for campaign crawlers. On the industrial side of things, we are looking for several things. We just literally today got a really large order for deep reach operators, case pickers, and forklift operators of varying shifts, first, second, third. All of those pay, it's shift dependent and position dependent, but I mean, those positions start at $15.50 an hour and go up from there. We also have a couple other clients that are looking for production workers, as well as assembly line workers as well. On the Fairview side, Fairview's a little more industrial heavy, just the area that they're in and the orders we have coming in at the moment. But we need a lot of different production workers kind of throughout the county, some picker packers, and those positions are ranging from about 12 to 13 an hour. We've got another company in Caseyville. We're looking for some hard laborers. And what I mean by that is folks that are comfortable picking up at least 100 pounds somewhat consistently. That's starting out at 14 an hour. There are ways once you get in there to work on bonuses and incentives. We're also looking for general labor in the Belleville area. And also way out in the Fayetteville area, we're looking for some production workers, folks that are comfortable handling and processing meat. They do different types of meat, deli meat, those sort of things. And so what I want to talk about is kind of what to expect from us with the application process as we move forward. Because our goal obviously is to help the companies in the area as well as help the folks in the area looking for work. So it's kind of a reciprocal circle, if you will. At the end of the day, I do have to match up skill sets to my clients. But what our goal is to meet individuals, talk with them, see what their skill sets are, see what they're wanting to do, willing to do, and then try to make the best match that works out best for them as well as for the client. And this could be whether you're looking to start a new career, whether you're looking to change a career, or whether, I mean, I have some folks that come to us, they already have one job. They might be looking for a second job for supplemental income. And we might have different shifts that kind of work and balance with what they already have going on at that time. So we kind of try to cater to each individual. Like I said, we do have to meet our clients' requirements at the end of the day. I've got to match up the folks that match the qualifications they need. But we really do try to make that match. And the way our process works, once we have a resume from you or an application, we then reach back out to you, either myself or a couple of the other folks on my recruiting team, or even our staffing consultants. We reach out, we conduct a phone interview. From that point, if everything's looking good and we have job opportunities in that moment that matches what you're looking for, we'll talk to you about those right then. And if something lines up and matches, most of our paperwork we can do through email. There's only like 1 or 2 forms you have to actually come to the office for. Everything else is digital nowadays. We try to keep up on the technology. And then you could start, in some cases, you can start either the same day or the next day. If after the interview process and what we learn from an individual and what they're looking for, if in that moment, if we don't have something that matches their skill set, don't be discouraged, because the other part of what we do is we act like a talent agent for job seekers. So if we don't have something readily available that matches you, we will then take your information. And again, we've been in business locally here for over 14 years. So we have a pretty wide wingspan as far as clients and companies that we work with and that we know. We then take your information and we start to pump that out like a talent agent to different clients to help secure you a job. So that's kind of how our application process works and kind of what to expect from us. I like to think of us as another set of eyes and ears out there, helping folks make that connection with that right company. If you want to go ahead and move to the next slide, please. Okay, I couldn't remember if I had another one or not, sorry.
No worries, Nate. Yeah, it looks like that's our last slide for your presentation.
That's okay, sorry, I couldn't remember, apologize.
No worries.
But that's kind of basically the lowdown of who we are and what we do. You know, whether you yourself are looking or if you're watching this or listening to this and you have friends or family, anyone looking for work, anyone relocating, please have them send me a resume or fill out an application. Check out those job postings. Like I said, we have a lot of opportunity right now in both counties, excuse me, just across the board. So I mean, there's bound to be something that might fit you or someone you know. We're always looking for great people, and we just want to make that great connection from job seeker to client, helping folks, helping companies, and just doing our best to stay invested in Madison and St. Clair County and help these counties grow even more than they already are. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the chat, or please feel free to send me an email directly. I know I will be out at the live job fair tomorrow in Collinsville. So if you or anyone else you know happen to be around there, please stop by my canopy. I'd love to have a chat with you. Or for anyone that couldn't make it on this Zoom call today, please, I'd love to talk to them and help make the right connections here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Nate. If anyone has any questions for Nate regarding employment with Express Professionals, you can go ahead and ask those questions in the chat section. And then once we get to our Q&A portion of this final presentation block, we will go ahead and make sure that your questions are addressed. Next up, we have Clinton Manor and Tanya, I believe. Tanya Smith is slated to present. Tanya, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Okay, excellent. Give me 1 second, and I'm actually going to put your employer booth up on the screen for everyone to view. Can you see that, Tanya?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, well, whenever you're ready to begin, we can go ahead and do so.
All right. Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my information today. My name is Tanya, and I am with Clinton Manor Living Center. And also, we have a sister company called Southern Illinois Community Support Services. So to start off with, I'll tell you a little bit about Clinton Manor. Clinton Manor has been under our management since 1988. It is partially a skilled nursing facility. We have 35 residents on that side of the building. And it's long-term, short-term care for individuals. And on the other side of the building, it is set up into what they refer to as an ICFDD, which is a group home for people with various developmental disabilities. Those individuals not only have developmental disabilities, they also have high medical needs. So they do have to have nursing oversee their care. So with that, we have several different positions that we are looking for, which I will go into in a minute. And then, so you know, in 1994 is when we opened up our sister company, which is Southern Illinois Community Support Services. And that is where we have grown to have 8 SILA group homes and that is for individuals with developmental disabilities. There's anywhere from 4 to 6 individuals that live in each group home, and it is to help create independence in their lives and help them become part of the community, and teach them just everyday living skills. So that's a little bit about our 2 different companies. So to refer back to Clinton Manor, right now the open positions that we do have with the agency is we have what is called direct support professionals, and those are team members that help to assist and support individuals with disabilities. At Clinton Manor, it is very comparable to a CNA position, to where you're doing a lot of hands-on care with personal care, doing different activities with them and so forth. But you're helping feeding, showering, dressing, things like that with each individual. And then we do have open positions for CNAs, which is on our skilled nursing side of the building. And we are currently looking for all different types of shifts, but really in need of the midnight, the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Do know that at Clinton Manor, we are a person-centered care facility, so we do like to individualize the care that we provide to the residents. So we do expect that our team members will go above and beyond to get to know each individual person and know what type of care they need, and not just kind of group everybody together. For DSP positions, we are currently looking for early morning and weekend shifts. So that would be like a 5 a.m. to a 9:30 a.m. And then on the weekends, it can be like a 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Type of shift. We also would consider applications. We're always looking for evenings, which is generally a 3 to 11 p.m. or midnights, which is like 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. So those are some of the different opportunities with direct care. We are also currently looking at housekeeping positions at this time, and that is to help make sure we have a safe, clean environment for our residents. This would be, we are looking for various shifts, but this would mainly be like a 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. or a 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. But we can kind of be a little bit flexible on those types of shifts. So let's see, what else? And then for Southern Illinois Community Support Services, I had mentioned that we have SCILA group homes out in the community, and we do have a home in Belleville. We have 4 homes in Mascoutah. We have 2 homes in New Baden, and then a home in Breeze, Illinois. So we're kind of scattered all over. And we are looking for DSP, direct support professional positions for our SCILA group homes. Mainly looking for the evening and midnight shifts for those positions. Don't have any day positions right now. Do know that we do appreciate our team members and everything they do daily for our residents, and we are a company that does like to show appreciation to our team members. Right now, we do have a $1,000 sign-on bonus for those positions that I talked about. So if you are hired on, and still with us in 30 days, we would give you a $250 bonus. If you're still here in 90 days, you get the second $250 bonus. And if you're still here in 6 months, you get the final $500 bonus. We also have in place to where if you come to work and you don't call off, you get points, and also get points for picking up extra shifts so that you can get a $1,000 bonus added to the end of the year bonus that we give. So it's pretty exciting right now to see if people can make it up to get $1,500 extra on their bonuses. So those are just a couple things we have going on right now. We do offer benefits with our both companies. So we do offer 3 different medical plans. We have vision, dental. The company does pay for and provide a $20,000 life insurance policy and long-term disability for each team member that is full-time, that has full-time status. And we do also offer short-term disability insurance, and then you can also have the option to add to your life insurance policy. We do offer 401k, and that is matched by the company. It does vary year to year on the percentage that the company matches, but our average has been around 5%. So that's a little bit about Clinton Manor Living Center. Again, Clinton Manor is in New Baden, Illinois, but it's just right off of the highway on 64. So very easy to get to. We are very family oriented, and it is a great environment to work in. And then also with our Southern Illinois Community Support Services. Well, I do believe I have covered the information that I would like to share today. Anybody have any questions?
Excellent. Thank you for your presentation, Tanya. If anyone has any questions that they would like to direct Tanya to, please go ahead and do so in the chat section, and we will be sure to get those answered for you during the brief Q&A at the end of this presentation block. Thank you, Tanya.
All right, thank you.
Next up, we have Deliveries by DMIV, Colleen Moore. Colleen, are you available? Hi, Colleen, are you available to present? Doesn't appear that we have Colleen on at the moment. Go ahead and take a look. Is Roslyn and Associates available for presenting? Doesn't appear that we have Roslyn available either. Cindy, have you heard anything regarding Roslyn and Associates?
No, I haven't heard from Tish Smith, no, or from Christy with Rummy.
Okay, thank you. Well, our next presentation with Deliveries by DMIV, I think, is slated to begin at 12:25. Since we have some vacancies for that, I think we can go ahead and maybe take our break maybe early and wait for that 12:25 hour, and then we can begin our final presentation and do our Q&A, and then obviously wrap today's event up unless you guys have any objections.
That works for me. Good.
Excellent. I'll try to get a hold of Colleen one more time. Hi, Colleen, are you available to present? Yeah, I'm not getting anything, so my assumption would be she's probably doing something else until her 12:25 hour. So at this time, we'll go ahead and take a break for approximately 10 minutes. At 12:25. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Jobs Plus Virtual Job Fair. We are actually at our last and final presenter of the day. Who we have up next is Deliveries by DMIV. Colleen, are you available to present?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry, I had a problem with muting and unmuting.
Excellent, no worries at all. I'm going to go ahead then and share your presentation up on the screen, and then we can begin here shortly.
Okay.
Can you see that, Colleen?
Yes, I can see it.
Excellent. We're ready to begin whenever you are.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and go to the first slide. Okay, my name is Colleen Moore. I am the owner of Deliveries by DMIV. We are a third-party delivery service agency located in Edwardsville, Illinois. We service the southern region of Illinois and the St. Louis metropolitan area. We are the last mile service charged with expeditiously providing packages to Amazon customers in the most safe and efficient manner. Next slide, please. In order to apply for the job, this position that we are hiring for are actually delivery associates. This is a delivery driver. You do not work for Amazon, but you're delivering packages for Amazon customers. We provide all equipment for the service. It is an Amazon van, Amazon uniform. However, you work for Deliveries by DMIV. In order to apply for the position, you must have a valid driver's license at all times, especially during the application process. CDL is not required. Class C license is preferred, but not required. With the Class C, currently Amazon's going to be rolling out a much larger truck, a big box truck, and they're asking drivers to have a Class C license, which also requires DOT certifications as well. And the company Deliveries by DMIV, we are paying for those certifications as well as providing paid training if needed. You must have a flexible schedule and be able to work the weekends. The unique thing about this position is no experience is necessary because we do provide training, driver training, and on-the-job training as well. You must be 21 years or older to meet the criteria. You must be able to lift 50 pounds, be deadline oriented, and a problem solver while out on the road, because you're going to be working independently once you leave the warehouse with your packages. Next slide, please. The responsibilities, you deliver products to customers' locations in a timely and safe manner, I'm going to say. Deliveries by DMIV is a safe company that delivers packages. You must be able to load and unload your vehicle. Primarily load your vehicle during the morning, and then throughout the day you're going to be delivering packages, which is essentially unloading your vehicle. You must be able to use a handheld device, which is provided by Deliveries by DMIV for your route navigation, package delivery confirmation, and route management as well. You must be able to inspect, audit, and monitor your delivery vehicle, maintain accurate inventory of your packages and your materials that you will carry on your van as well. Next slide.
Benefits we offer to full-time employees are health, dental, and vision. Again, we have paid training. We have paid time off. Company vehicle and uniforms are provided. And we have a weekly pay period. Candidates meeting the preliminary requirements will receive an email invitation to apply for the position. You must accept the invitation, complete all personal information, acknowledge the arbitration agreement, and authorize consent to the background checks that we have. You must consent to a criminal background, motor vehicle, and drug screening background check as well. Again, these are requirements because you will be handling Amazon equipment and delivering packages to Amazon customers. So you must consent to all three of those backgrounds. And as well, as I mentioned earlier, be 21 years or older to drive these vehicles as well. Candidates must provide a very good email address that has never ever been used in the Amazon system. This includes retail or to apply for any other Amazon positions within the warehouse or a delivery driver position. To help make this transition smoothly, that you're not trying to repeatedly enter and update your information, we prefer that you create a brand new email address. This email address will also double as your login information. So if you try to use an email address that you use for retail, it's going to always try to tie back to your retail account. So tricks of the trade is to make sure it's a brand new email that you can use that makes a smooth transition and something easy to remember. Again, it's going to be your login information that you will log into daily to perform your job. When completing your application, it is best to use Google Chrome browser. It works best in the Amazon system as well when you accept your invitation to apply for the position. Candidates, again, must consent to criminal background, motor vehicle, and drug screens. Once those checks have been verified and confirmed, we will schedule you for a paid virtual training. Amazon is currently observing social distancing, and because of the volume of applicants that we get, they prefer to do training virtually. So you would be able to actually perform your driver training from the comfort of your home, from a library, any place that you would have access to a laptop, a desktop, or some type of tablet. What Amazon has asked in order to be successful in the driver training is that you not use Apple products. So that would be an Apple phone, an Apple tablet, or a Mac computer. Those devices are not compatible with the software, the virtual software that is used by Amazon to perform virtual training. Again, this is a paid training, paid up to 10 hours for the one day, virtually. And again, you would do it from comforts of your home, or if you have to go to a library to access a computer, you're more than welcome to do that as well. That is really the gist of the position. Deliveries by DMIV simply hires drivers. We do not hire warehouse workers for the position. It is a 10-hour route. We are hiring for both full-time, part-time, and seasonal. If it's someone that's just looking for maybe holiday work, we are starting that transition to hire seasonal workers as well. Mainly, we are looking for full-time employees. Our part-time positions are available during the weekends on Saturdays and Sundays only. There's no such thing as a half route, a part-time. The only part-time position is going to be 10 hours on Saturdays and Sundays, and that's going to essentially make up of your 20 hours that week. There's no 5-hour routes, no half routes. The way Amazon puts together their loads is basically a 10-hour route, and you are expected to make those deliveries throughout your day. And we just want to stress that once you commit to that route for the day, you are expected to make those deliveries Again, it is Amazon's goal to deliver smiles to all of our customers. And we are a 7-day-a-week operation. So we offer, again, part-time, full-time, and there is an opportunity for overtime work as well. And that is it. If anyone has any questions or concerns, again, if you have friends, family that maybe did not get to tune into this virtual job fair, we are accepting applications at all times. And we can provide the information for emailing your contact information and resumes so that you can successfully apply for the position. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, Colleen. If you have any questions for Colleen and any questions regarding employment, regarding deliveries by DMIV, you can go ahead and ask those questions in the chat section, and we will get those answered for you during the Q&A session that we actually have coming up next. So at this time, we're actually going to go ahead and begin the Q&A session. If anyone has any questions for any of the 3 employers who just presented, that would be Express Employment Professionals, Clinton Manor, or Deliveries by DMIV, you can go ahead and enter those into the chat section, and we will get those answered for you. I actually do have one question for Nate. And this individual asks, hi Nate, interested in the remote positions. Can you kind of elaborate on what those might be for that individual, Nate? Okay, I don't know if Nate is available. Can any of the other 2 businesses that just presented, either Clinton Manor or Deliveries by DMIV, answer that question?
This is Tanya with Clinton Manor, and unfortunately, we don't have any remote positions at this time.
Thank you, Tanya.
This is Colleen with Deliveries by DMIV. We also do not have remote positions at all.
Excellent, thank you guys. And the next question that I have for Colleen is actually, who and where do I contact you?
Okay, my contact information was just displayed. So the telephone listed there is our dispatch line, which is directly at the warehouse. And that is our email address, which is DMIV, that is 03@charter.net.
Excellent, thank you, Colleen. And for the companies that are still on the call, could you guys go ahead and just kind of elaborate a little bit on what you guys are doing or your respective organizations are doing to put in place precautions for COVID? Are you guys providing PPE for individuals? Are you maintaining social distance, so on and so forth? And either Tanya or Colleen or both of you can answer that to the best of your abilities.
This is Tanya with Clinton Manor again. And yes, we actually have several precautions in place. At any time a team member shows up for their shift, they do have to be thoroughly screened, taking temperatures, asking specific questions about COVID. And then we supply all personal protective equipment, and that is required when you are on your shift to wear. And then we do testing a couple times a week, and we also highly suggest that our team members practice social distancing, not only at work, but in their personal lives as well.
This is Colleen. Through the Amazon system, you are asked daily that you take your temperature checks actually prior to departure of your home address before you enter the warehouse. Amazon provides face masks and you are required to wear your face mask even during deliveries of customers' homes. The only time you don't have to wear your face mask is while you're riding in your vehicle, but any contact with community members or customers, you're required to wear your face mask at all times. Again, because of the COVID-19, we are doing the virtual interviews. We are also doing virtual training. During your initial training, when you first start with Amazon, prior to COVID-19, we would have individuals to assist you in training how to load your vehicle, one-on-one training. And then also we, in the past, have done what we used to call a ride-along, where someone would actually ride in your vehicle with you. But because of this pandemic, we are now doing social distancing and still providing that one-on-one training, but where someone must stand 6 feet away from you to try to guide you and showing you how to load your vehicle. Instead of a ride-along, we're doing now a follow-along, where an experienced driver follows you to your first route for about an hour until they feel that you are comfortable with the job. And they're providing those instructions at a 6-foot distance to make sure that you're comfortable. When you have a question that comes up in your delivery app, you can address that properly. Or if there's some other situation that you're not familiar with because you are new, that experienced driver is standing, respecting the social distance and be able to guide you as well.
Excellent. Thank you for your response, Colleen. Another question that I get quite frequently is, can an applicant expect to be paid for the time that they're being trained? Either Colleen or Tanya or both can answer that question.
This is Tanya with Clinton Manor, and yes, definitely. We do pay you for orientation training time. If you do need to be certified as a direct support professional, we would also, pay for you to become certified and pay for that certification. And then we also do on-the-job training, which you are shadowing with someone, and you are paid for that time as well.
Colleen?
Yes, we do have on-the-job training for both orientation and, as I mentioned, the virtual training that you will do. You are paid for that training. It is monitored by Amazon, so we know exactly the amount of time that it takes you, but the paid training does not exceed a 10-hour paid training session.
Thank you, Colleen. And I actually do have one more question from the chat section. And this is actually directed towards you, Colleen. This individual asks, what does the DMIV positions pay? I don't know how in depth you want to go with that, but if you could just provide an overview.
Yes, the position pays $15 an hour. As I mentioned, we have some requirements that we are bringing on board Class C drivers that require DOT certifications and driver certifications. Those positions will go as high as $16 to $17 an hour, depending on if you are an experienced driver as well. But it is, inexperienced drivers will be brought on at $15 an hour, and anything with requiring the certifications is a range of $16 to $17 an hour.
Thank you, Colleen. And Tanya, I'll also give you an opportunity to answer that question if you would.
It really depends on each position. If you're working in housekeeping, it's about $10.50 an hour. Direct support professionals, they make, we do base each position on experience. So if you are DSP certified, you can get, up to $13.43 an hour. If you're not certified, it's $12.68 an hour, and then you get a 75 increase once you become certified. Our CNA positions are $13.61 an hour, and all positions get an increase after they've completed their 90 days of employment with the company. So again, it kind of varies based on if you have no experience, those types of things. But you know, we try to be comparable with other agencies.
Excellent. Thank you both. And with that, I believe we'll go ahead and kind of wrap today's events up. Again, we'd just like to thank everyone for attending this Jobs Plus virtual job fair event. Just for your information, this entire session has been recorded and it will be posted on the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel, which will then be accessible to our subscribers, and it will also be shared on each of the respective employer booths who participated today. I want to also give an opportunity for either Cynthia, Rebecca, or Sarah, or all of you to kind of give some final closing remarks on this presentation if you would like.
Well, this is Cindy, and I want to thank all the job seekers for participating today, and a special thank you to all the employers. A great job on your presentations, and I hope everybody has a good rest of the day.
Thank you, Cynthia. And with that, we will go ahead and we will end the session. Thank you all so much for everything. Thank you for participating. And again, if you need to or would like to access any of the information that was covered here today, you can do so on Illinois WorkNet under the Virtual Job Fair tab. You can enter any of the respective employers into the employer booths section and access that information there. Thank you all very much. Have a good day.